Hey there, everyone, welcome. We are back and we're gonna finish up the signs here. We have a few more, I believe, right? We have yet to do Taurus and I think Gemini, right? So welcome. Here we are, and how exciting, right? The full moon in Aries, and you might still be feeling these energies. Absolutely, 2 likes there, 2 people in the room. And I was sort of meditating the energy here for Taurus specifically first. I was really wanting to sort of get on with these energies, get through these energies. Hello everyone. And where is everyone based? Just out of curiosity. And yeah, we're on the East Coast here. So anywho's, lot of interesting things. Hello, Jamie. Cool. Yeah, so we're at a different sort of time. Kind of interesting to see, how we may how we may connect here, and who we may see. So let's jump into it. Here now, Taurus. There's something that possibly you feel like it's something ironic, and the full moon energy you might find actually really does come through in relation to well, let's say cycles, right, of energy. So in other words, like what comes through around a certain full moon, clear the energy in the third eye, might come through in relation to, I'm hearing as well, another time and place. Now this is possibly even in addition to the fact that we have like 5 planets retrograde, right, 6 planets retrograde. So there is a very strong focus on things coming up for review from the past, so on and so forth. Now what I'm getting here for you, Taurus, is there's something that you feel possibly like it's just time. I'm hearing it like in that way. Like there's not really like any other way to put it. We can say that we have so many other ways of finalizing. I'm hearing it as well in this way, like this concept. But it just comes down to when I'm hearing it as well in this way. Like we show up, we say it, and ultimately, that is in relation to when we feel it. So there is maybe this sensation that there's a window of opportunity. It's very particular, and it is kind of, for number I'm hearing again, like either ironic or like uncomfortable. And so, there's something that maybe is even like a habit that you're like wanting to get out of the rut of. Oh, that's weird. I thought I turned that off. Okay, the moon here coming through. There's something a little frustrating. We're not gonna lie here. You got the moon, you got the Mother of Cups. Wow, a lot of water energy here. A lot. For a number, you're going to be making a huge change. It's interesting because in the midst of this moon card, which is associated with the archetype of Scorpio, right, 8th house energies, and the Mother of Cups, very strong sort of water energy that we see there, exalted in a certain way. The Mother of Cups, Mother is that sort of receptive, empathic energy space, the Yin principle, and in and of itself is the cups suit, which is water energy. So there's very strong yin energy, and the Ace of Wands comes through right in relation to these two. It's kind of a startling energy, if we can say it in that way. This is very strong fire, and wow, the Eight of Wands is well upright. But when we look at this card, it's kind of interesting. There is a sensation of also a certain element of structure and routine with the Eight of Wands. When we think about the number 8, we bring it right back to Scorpio, right? We can understand that way. So there's something, and I don't normally like break it down this way. This came through in another reading where we're like breaking down the numbers and breaking down the elements and such. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. There's a really strong focus maybe on the number 8 here as well. You have the moon, the Eight of Wands. The moon is a ruler of Scorpio in the major arcana, ruling the 8th house, and the Mother of Cups can be Scorpio energy, absolutely, or water energy, which is associated with Scorpio now. Scorpio is a water sign, so it's clearing ground. Now, there is something that for a number of you also, you want to kind of, I'm seeing you kind of like almost waking up in the middle of a cycle. It's like, I'm gonna have a baby. I'm hearing that as well with the Ace of Wands, like the Eight of Wands, Ace, 8, Ace, 8. It's like there's something that you kind of, you feel like you have to do this. Chariot come through right there. Some of you definitely, like, you're pregnant, you're gonna be having your baby real soon. Daughter of Cups, 5 of Swords. This is like cutting the umbilical cord. Very interesting. So now, 4 of Swords. Sandwiching. I'm hearing White Wedding. That song. White Wedding here. Sandwiching the Daughter of Cups. It's interesting. We have the 4 and we have the 5 of Swords, sandwiching the Daughter of Cups, and she is kind of sitting here with the Mother of Cups. Or someone's definitely going to labor, like, no question. I'm hearing this for a number of you, like, there is something that maybe has been culminating it's kind of like due. I'm hearing that as well with the Eight of Wands, right? This is not like it's like a shock. It is, but it's like not so great of a shock that we're shivering. I don't know what else I'm into. Mother Swords reverse. It's like think about the seasons, right? Okay, like in other words, it's like I kind of could expect that we would be moving into fall. Okay, like I kind of like prepared to get my jacket on, kind of thing. I don't like just find myself interrupting the cycle and the season itself. Interesting. So it's like there's something that maybe you've expected to come forth, and this might be the energy. Oh well, somebody might be coming forward. Some of you may be hearing from somebody who you haven't been. It's kind of like out of nowhere. Yeah, Father Swords in relation to the Sun Swords. Really wish you guys could just see these cards. This is something from way back. I'm hearing the letter W. I'm hearing Waco, Texas. Is it Texas? Daughter of Wands in reverse. I think that's a city in Texas. Daughter of Wands in reverse. Some of you, there's something with painting. You used to paint with somebody, or there's something with colors, watercolors, something very creative, like very emotional. I'm hearing that as well. Kind of cyclical. I'm hearing that as well with the Son of Swords. It could be related to the concept of childhood, even crafts. It's very interesting. Now, there's this mothering sort of energy that is present here at this time, very much so, related to whatever this is that is being carried out. Again, be it related to the concept of birth in some way. There's something that we are also though breaking out with, and this is absolutely definitely the energy of another in your environment in relation to you. They might be working towards you, coming towards you. You have the Judgment card as well, upright in the theme. I'm hearing there's a lot more where this comes from, and we have the extended moon cycle reading. We're reading here, yeah, on the full moon in Aries, but I've already read on the extended for this particular full moon in Aries. That will lead up into reading through the energies of October 13th. Everything is a matter of how, of course, you interpret it, but what is time, but like sort of as a general gauge, we're reading on the period in that extended until October 13th. So if you do feel guided to watch that reading, I'm seeing that there could be a really strong focus on the development here. Well, let's clear it. I'm hearing I'm saying like there's something that is definitely coming. I'm hearing that again. Look at the Seven of Pentacles as well. There's a very strong kind of like concept here that comes forth related to transitions. If you look at the Seven of Pentacles, it almost even looks like a digestive tract, right? And sometimes you can look at certain cards and interpret things in a certain way. When I see the moon, right, as well, we're talking about cycles here. When we think about the moon cycle, when we look at the Eight of Wands, we see sort of repetitive, right, energy space, right, the number 8. When we look at, even karma and things like that, we look at the Chariot, right, we think of moving forward. And when we think of moving forward, we think about moving along some kind of path. I'm hearing predestined, along some kind of predestined path. Now, with Seven of Pentacles, we see in some way in all of these cards, we do see that sense of cycle. We do see that sense of rhythm. We do see even a sense of repetition. Now, let's clear it around. Somebody maybe has wanted to present something for a long time now. They've been practicing. They've been waiting. They've been preparing. They've been reviewing. Well, they've been reciting. This is for a small number of you. 8 of Cups right there. Wow. So, Father of Pentacles right there. 8 of Cups. Mother of Wands. High Priestess. This is a guided storyline. Don't fear if things look like they're falling apart. Yeah, splitting right there to the Tower. Take a look. Right there. Tower. So, right over the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, of all cards. Okay, so, yeah, this was kind of freaky. It's like, well, I don't know, like, how everything is gonna, like, freaking look at the end of the day. I will put the ingredients in the cake, I will bake the cake. I will be the baker, but I don't know, really, like, what the term will look like once it's over. Interesting, and it's finished and it's done with. Mother of Pentacles in reverse. Let's clear it around. Now, somebody is, definitely putting themselves on the line there. I'm hearing it as well in this way, but let's clear it again. 6 of Cups. You have the 6 of Cups and the 6 of Wands. A focus on the number 6. This is related to the 6th house. It can be associated with the 6th house. Virgo energy. Someone is coming out with the moon. This is a matter of unveiling the big surprise. I'm hearing that as well with the Chariot and the Judgment card. There's something that is actually physically moving forward, maybe for a number of you. It's like I'm even seeing like a train that was like put like at a halt, and it's like, where the hell are we? I mean, like as well in that way, and then it's like it's starting to move along again now. So there's something that maybe has been a build up. Okay, we'll kind of maybe say it in that way with the Eight of Wands and the Moon and the Hermit even in reverse. Yeah. Daughter Wands reverse. This is like I had to be really patient with this. I'm hearing it like as well in that way. So the Two of Wands upright relays the message for us. I'm hearing it like that. Two Wands and the Moon. Now for those of you who are like, what's going on? I'm working with the cards, yes, but I'm also channeling, so take it as you will. If I'm saying like I'm hearing that, things like that, I'm tapping into the energy in a number of ways and I'm relaying that. So if it's going by quickly at times, you can also slow it down. Wow, what's that? I'm hearing my best friend Star right there and the Two of Pentacles. This is a guided cycle, no question. For me, you do know that. Okay, Six of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's silent. I'm hearing this for a number of you. Like, it could be something that you feel you are guided through, and in relation to the collective, I'm hearing population. So maybe in relation to a certain industry or group, you're like, where are we all going? It's like you're on like even some kind of, you're on some sort of I am hearing again in this way, like predestined path, that maybe what one tells another or feels about this particular experience, but it's like there is that element of faith. I'm saying someone having needed to continuously reconnect on the concept of that perspective, that there is also a reason for why things do work the way that they do. So in other words, like I have to just look at that whole chapter that I just kind of also maybe wrote, interesting, as like something that I had already written. I'm hearing that, wow, right then the Wheel of Fortune reverse with a High Priestess in reverse. There's something that kind of like, let's clear it around. It's very intense, but it's also serendipitous. Maybe for a number of years you see it, you're like, well, whatever happens, like it's kind of like a whirlwind. It's kind of freaky, but then it's also like I will survive. I'm hearing that as well. Like I will be on the right path. And it's funny, I posted a picture on my Instagram. It was like, no matter where, which side on the path you are, you're always on the right path. So, I don't know what that's going to, but take it as you will. Something's definitely coming forward here. Three of Swords. So, okay. I'm saying someone walk into a room, they're like, yeah, this is awkward. Hi. I know. I just, you don't have to point it out. I know, it's weird. It's not what you said last time either, right? I know that too. Okay, I don't know what that's about. 1 second, Daughter Wands. Somebody has some kind of news. They realize that maybe it's going to get a few gophers peeping out of their holes now with the Father of Pentacles. For a number of you, this is somebody communicating something that is going to be a huge announcement. And it is going to kind of change the name of the game, at least. If not the game, the name of the game, at least, for a lot of people here now. Let's clear it and ground. I'm hearing Clarissa very strongly here, 7 of Cups. Somebody is like hearing from someone that they were not expecting to hear from. I'm hearing rip off the Band-Aid. I'm hearing that the Father of Pentacles upright. Like, okay, so let's backtrack. I'm hearing they're confessing something. Yeah. It may not be in the form of like, here's my confession and the letter where I explain everything that like kind of went wrong. I'm hearing as well. I don't know. That's just considered the Death card. This can be more, if you think about even Scorpio energy, right? Death card and the Moon here that we do see. There is like a whole universe of mystery associated with that archetype, right? When we really get to it, there's layers and layers and layers to the energy of Scorpio. It's not always like as we see it, and I don't know what that's alluding to. Maybe that's like somebody. So hold on. So someone may be wanting to come forward and like even confess something. But what I'm getting is that it's the inherent nature. But the surprise is not, hey, I'm mysterious and like I've had so many things that I've wanted to share with you that I haven't. It's more so, and this is a really challenging moment. I mean, this is for a number of you, like very difficult for whoever this is. It's not something that like they said to like really anyone else maybe at all in their whole life. Like this is something where they're like, I don't think I will ever tell anyone this. Actually, with the Father of Pentacles, if I'm quite honest, with the Moon and the Seven of Cups upright, like it's kind of like for a number of you a proposal maybe or like a commitment, or they're thinking somebody's like, wow, I didn't think I would ever be saying this. I'm hearing that as well. So, but anyways, let's backtrack. Like the surprise here is more so kind of like indirectly communicated, maybe through some other sort of form of communication. Now, I don't know what that's about, but let's take a look at the Two of Swords. Someone feels that there's too much involved here. Like something has kind of gotten so complicated, maybe even, where they're like, there is like so much information also to learn, and this is getting to be a teacher. They're like, I feel like I'm confusing the student. Like, I have to narrow the function, the math problem down with the two of swords and the five of pentacles and the moon. So maybe for a number of you, this is some kind of even like, I'm hearing psychological test. I'm hearing this with the two of swords. I don't know. Take as you will. You know, maybe there's something that someone feels they need to just kind of like deduce. And I'm feeling heat down the left arm. Somebody could be training for something as well. I'm hearing Tai Chi. I'm hearing that as well. Taekwondo, Tai Chi. Okay, Four of Wands. Let's clear it. Yeah, they're like, yeah, no, we have to lower the dosage. I'm hearing that as well. Like, this is, for a number of you, somebody's having activation, even. It's kind of like, though, this is very intense. So, Ace of Cups, yeah. That's something that we were not actually seeing, maybe. It's that moment, it's serendipity. Wow. Fool in reverse. The World in reverse, Tower in reverse. For a number of you, someone's like asking, like the activation is happening like very quickly. So there's something that kind of is almost like spinning out of control, like out of orbit, like even. It's like, you know, when there's something that is spinning. I'm saying like even like a it looks like a dreidel, but like a top. I don't know. I'm seeing a top here with the Ace of Cups. That reminds me kind of the movie Inception, but I don't know. That's always a matter of your interpretation. I'm hearing of your Inception. Wow. So let's clear around the Ace of Cups. There's something that it's like something is spinning, and if you look at the world right over the Ace of Cups, that's quite interesting to think of it from that perspective. You know, everything is sort of, again, perspective. What is considered, you know, even the perimeter of the spin itself. So in other words, what's the orbit of this intervention, which is in some way maybe divine, as never you might feel it. Do we have a moderator? Okay. Now, I'm just adding some people. Okay, so the Fool here in reverse. Yeah, it's like interesting. I'm seeing like there is a quality to the conversation about I'm hearing the ring around the discussion. I don't know what. There's like a focus on. I'm seeing again, something is spinning, right? And there's an orbit that's made around the turn. Oh, Amber Pamria, you are okay. Moderate. So yeah. Anyways, something is spinning now. But there's like this zoomed out question of like, I'm seeing people watching something spinning. It's really interesting, and they're like, okay, so this thing is like this. I'm hearing this thing is kind of like kind of going out of orbit, but it's like that is kind of an awkward conversation. This is for a number of you. This could be in so many ways, but for a number of you, it's kind of irrelevant as well. It's like I'm hearing the time and space conversation doesn't apply here. I'm hearing that like if you think about something spinning, it's not really saying much. I'm hearing actually about this story itself, Empress. Like there's something that's maybe even transforming. So it's like it's not a linear connection. I'm hearing that's made. This is so abstract. Maybe I don't know for a number of you, but there's something definitely for a number of you that is being birthed. It's actually moving through a space of transformation. Now let's clear it around. But it's again, I'm seeing a number of people looking in on even like let's say something that is in orbit, and they're like acknowledging, they're like, okay, the diameter of this, whatever this is, I'm hearing on this, it's like, it's too big. I'm hearing that as well. Like, but it's like, yeah, look at this, Ten of Pentacles. There's all this, like, I'm hearing rotunda, like, energy that is taking place. It's almost as if it's sort of like a siphon a little bit with the Ten of Pentacles. Does that make sense? Like almost like a something is being like how do you say it? Like it's like a portal. Okay, with the Ten of Pentacles, kind of right energy with the Two of Swords as well. But then it's like not appreciated in that way or in any way really, unless we perceive it in a certain way. So it's almost like the kids don't know where to take the test. We have to tell them where the room is. I'm hearing that could be what someone feels. No, let's clear it. Somebody the Sun in reverse. Maybe even somebody who's going to present themselves. This can be a spirit guide. They're like, we have to do this carefully. Like, we can't just like come out and say like sorcerers are on set now. Like, we can't do things in a way where, you know, people start realizing that the reality is kind of like trippy. Okay, the Fool in reverse, Ace of Cups upright. We have to kind of I'm hearing say my name, like give clues. I'm hearing that as well, like prior to presenting the golden ticket. And you know, otherwise it's like I'm seeing like spirit guides kind of offering someone like a golden ticket so they can like take it and travel to some place. I don't know. And it's like, if they think it's creepy, they're not going to do it. So like, we have to make it sound kind of appropriate. I mean, in relation to their like current, maybe even like level of consciousness, interesting. It's like there's something that maybe a number of people want like to prepare a certain audience for it. They don't want it to just kind of like, happen. Now that can be a birth as well. If we think about it in a number of ways, right? The Son of Wands in reverse, let's clear it. It could be like from that angle and lens as well. Strength in reverse. Now let's clear it and ground with the Fool in reverse. Now, yeah, a number of people I'm seeing, they're like, okay, we gotta like do this, like on the count of 3, Fool in reverse, Ace of Cups upright, the World in reverse. Number of people, they're like kind of like gathered around a space. They're like, okay, we're good, we can do this. I'm hearing that, the World in reverse. Now the Ace of Wands is sitting at the base of this spread. I'm hearing you're on my turf. I'm hearing that with a Strength card. Okay, let's clear it. I'm hearing it's Sunday. No, I'm not. This person's like, yeah, you are. We gotta tow you. I'm hearing that with the Strength card. You're not gonna do that. I'm hearing that Son of Cups going through in reverse. Like, someone wants to maybe define the paradigm here a little bit, and someone is challenging that with the Fool, the Son of Wands, and the Son of Cups. This can be over like lifetimes. I'm hearing light years. This is not necessarily like, on Sunday, I tried to park on the side of the street. They wanted to tow me. I mean, that could very well be, especially if your name is Vesna. No, right. 9 of Pentacles are right. Interesting. So interesting that little occurrence. But anyways, let's clear it. Yeah, somebody's like, well, I did have this like honest moment or talk with my I'm hearing adrenal glands. I'm hearing that as well. Oh, wow, very interesting. Temperance here. And like, I need to actually start taking some I'm hearing the letter L. I'm hearing Lisbon, Portugal. Interesting. It's maybe something that you like discovered in some place, or there's some like maybe even like a type of herb. I'm hearing that as well, that like grows in a very particular place. It could be a type of weed. I'm hearing that as well. I don't know what that's like. I'm saying like a weed, like a plant, type of plant with the Temperance card. Like there's something that maybe even, but it's something that you either discovered or you I'm hearing you appreciated in a certain time and place, and so now, and it could be past lives for a number, no question. It could be knowledge, even like something that you have accumulated, even there's something. It's like I'm seeing someone visits a place and like they feel in some way that they tap into something when they're present in that space. It could be a physical location out somewhere around the world. I'm hearing that for a number with the Temperance card. Some of you may not yet be aware of what this is. I don't know. It could be something down the line, but always depending on when you're watching this, I guess, right? Now, there's a focus on the number 3 as well. It could be the third month of the year, right? March. It could be the third trimester. I'm hearing that as well. Okay, so maybe someone was even like, they were maybe even studying abroad. I'm hearing that. Now, there's something that they discover there, maybe in some way, or they feel that there's something even waiting for them there. It's like I'm seeing someone kind of like feeling like I have to go there right now, and I don't know why. I feel like I just need to like travel and like go there right now for some reason. And there's this nagging, Hangman in reverse, Death in reverse, this nagging sort of. This nagging quest in the back of your mind, you're like that you feel you need to go on with the Death card in reverse and the Hangman in reverse and the Fool in reverse and the World in reverse and the Temperance card upright, of all things. Like there's something that we feel we also need to discover, and there isn't always going to be this I'm hearing, say it ain't so, your love is a heartbreaker. Okay, so maybe for a number of you, this is something that's, High Priestess in reverse, looking into the future, even actually before the Temperance card. So, yeah, and the Wheel of Fortune reverse wheeling. I'm hearing mirroring. The High Priestess, the Magician comes through now, looking in reverse back at the Temperance card. In the future, even kind of ahead of the High Priestess. So there's something that, for a number, you got so many major arcana here lined up. There's something that you even maybe like, this is a healing journey maybe for a number of you, or there's something that you kind of recognize you really want, again, I'm hearing that twice. You really, you represent even, I don't know what that's alluding to, but I'm hearing it again, like you really want. Okay, so, and it has a number of stages to it. Now, this is something that possibly, again, it goes like, this is really deep. Okay, it's something maybe even like philosophical. You're like, I just, for whatever reason, I feel like I want to just sit under the tree there in Bali. And I want to just kind of sit with my notebook and like kind of, I'm hearing tanner, I'm hearing that as well. I just want to like, kind of like make tan lines happen. I'm hearing that as well. Okay, like blogging from Valencia. I'm hearing that as well. Spain. All right. Okay. You know what's making tan lines happen. All right. Magician reverse. All right. Don't forget to put on your resume after as well. Temperance upright. Don't just put on your blog, but in resume too. I don't know. Maybe for a number of you, like I want to do this. Like this is for me, but it's also for like my productive sort of goals. I'm hearing that with the magician in reverse. So now for a number of you, I'm seeing you're getting ready to even, let's clear and run. There's something that you even want to start. It is a journey. It is maybe even a company or some kind of project. You're gonna call a whole new place home. I'm hearing Sagittarius. With Sagittarius, you could be traveling with Sagittarius. There could be somebody who wants to invite you, maybe even. They're like, hey, do you want to like go here? Like, you want to travel? Nine of Swords upright. Do you want to like transition with me? Like, maybe for you want to go on like a trip with somebody here. I'm hearing double divers. I'm hearing that with the Three of Cups in reverse. Now, okay, yeah. Now, this could come out of nowhere for a number of you. Like maybe even your friend like comes up to you, they're like, "Hey," you're like, "Whoa, okay, who are you? Wow, it's been a while. Oh wow, okay." You like look at their area code and like then you kind of understand. You're like, "Oh, hey." I'm hearing that again. I'm hearing, "Hey now, don't over." We're on Taurus. Yeah, and it's like this person just comes out of like nowhere almost. Okay, like you almost didn't even pick up the phone call because it was like just so random, okay? You happen to pick up the phone call maybe for a number of you, or you happen to kind of bump into them and you actually stop. Maybe for you're like driving and this person was like passing by. I'm hearing sausages. I don't know. You're like some shop is you're driving by some shop. It's like sausage shop or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, so particular. Now, for a number of you, it could be a particular message for a number of you, but there's something like you just it's that feeling where you're like you see someone in the corner of your eye and you're like is that Amy? I'm hearing also Abby. Is that Allie? I'm hearing Allison. I'm hearing that as well. Is that who I think it is? Is that really like them? And it's like you kind of like but you literally almost drive like by them completely and just keep going. You happen to stop and it was just like a little slip of a moment, okay, in the timeline. I'm hearing that as well. The parallel time. Well, let's clear. I'm hearing primrose. I don't know, glasses. Okay, so anyway, someone was like, I don't know, should I stop? I don't want to like assume that that's them and then like get my hopes up. I'm seeing rose, the color rose. Hyper's in reverse here. It's like I don't want to like say that like that's also what the story is. Like so somebody maybe was just really not expecting to see someone. They're like, I really didn't think that would be the also the scary part of the story. Someone like just kind of bumped into someone. It was like, yeah, so I didn't think that like they would get caught in that way. I'm hearing that. Okay, so whatever it is. Now for a number of you, Carlos. Reminds me of that website. It's like what is it? Ask FM or something. Ask me anything or something like that. It's like tell me or something like that. It's such a specific. It's like a platform where people can like ask you questions or whatever. It reminds me of that because I share that. All right, so they're just kind of pass it around syllabus, everyone. All the important information is gonna be on the test. Her sister makes her cry. All right. Yeah, okay, Carlos has all the answers to the test. Go hang out with Carlos. So yeah, now for a number of you, that's rude, Jessica. Indeed, YouTube doesn't know how to check people at the door apparently as well. I don't know what that was going to do. Okay, Three Cups in reverse. Yeah. So listen, for a number of you, Ace of Cups upright. It's like this person literally, they're like. Just a moment ago, they're like kind of in shock. They're like, I wrote on in my notebook. This person's like in shock. They're in shock. They're like, I literally was just writing in my notebook. Like, I'm hearing hello. What's that song by Lionel Richie? I think it is. Hello. It's not the one by Adele. It's like I think it's Lionel Richie. Yeah, so it's like a really it's like a slow romantic song, a little older song. The Hyper's in reverse. Anyways, so then it's like, yeah, this person's just like, what in the what? Okay, like I could have sworn I'm seeing blue, like a blue ribbon or banner. If like it's kind of it's flapping in the sky, like on this building. Now, anyways, it's even like a banner or something. Someone's like, I can't believe I'm like actually like in front of you right now. I'm hearing that as well. Maybe someone even sees someone like that they know. They're like, no way. Like this is like weird. I'm hearing that. I'm seeing the color blue. Seven of Cups, High Priestess. Now, and the Ace of Cups, it's like, and then it's like, but it's obviously like so meant to be. This is divine timing. They're like, maybe they just kind of like in the last moment, they're like, maybe we should just like hang out. I'm hearing that with the Ace of Cups. Whoa, this person has chills. They're like, I can't believe I'm seeing you. I'm hearing that again with the Ace of Cups. Now, for a number of you, somebody's with their children, maybe. I'm hearing that as well. I'm hearing very strongly. I'm hearing M-O-O-M. Maybe someone like was even like they saw them at. I mean, they're gonna think I'm a stalker. I'm hearing someone was at like even a yoga studio or something like that, and they saw someone walking out. They saw of all things, they saw their freaking reflection in the window. Okay, and it's that feeling when you do that double take. You're like, is that who I think it is? And then you kind of think, why would I recognize them through the window? You freaking know what you're seeing here. I mean, the High Priestess in reverse, like that is who you know. I mean, you know them. I mean, the High Priestess. Okay, anyways, or you feel like you do. I'm hearing you knew them. Actually, this is maybe somebody who you knew for a long time, or you've known for a long time. It's just, but you haven't seen them physically. So there's a little bit of this like shock. Now let's clear it. I wish I was there sooner, like earlier, so I could get like a better look. Now, there's divine time always at play, right? Okay, there's a reason why we happen to see them like up the last part of the show. I'm hearing that as well. Okay, now for a number of you, you're like, should I go up to her? I'm hearing that as well. Should I like make it clear, like obvious that I know them? Okay, so it's that little like the split moment, and I'm feeling heat on the right side of my head. Somebody just they decide to do it. They're like, okay, I'm gonna stop them. Hey, they like reach out to them. I'm hearing as well. I'm the person you've been looking for. I'm hearing that as well. Okay, so I'm hearing say my name. I'm hearing like somebody like comes out. They're like it's like me. I'm hearing that as well. Okay, so I'm hearing Hugo. I'm hearing that as well. I'm hearing Humore. I'm hearing that as well. Humore? Okay. That's amore. No, it's humor. Humore. It's funny. It's love, but it's funny. It's like a funny type of connection maybe for a number of you. You're like, yeah, the universe just it sets us up in these weird ass situations. Like, we're like at the pumpkin patch and like one person's at the wheelbarrow and like it could be a metaphor, but two people like they feel like they're literally set up by the universe in like these really, really awkwardly timed moments. I'm hearing that as well, where like one person's like cheating on the math exam and then like they see their friend in the middle of the hallway. I don't know what that's going to. Spirit guys want to bring that to your attention though. 9 Pentacles upright, Ace of Cups upright, the Hermit upright. Okay. Well, there's a reason maybe why it's not working. I don't know. Maybe it's like, oh, I just missed them. Damn, but I'm like taking this test. Damn, it's like, but there's that little. I'm hearing that little fork in the road. You know what I mean? And like, the decision needs to be made before it's made. Interesting in 3D. So for a number of you, maybe it's like we think. It's interesting. Sometimes we're like, I just wish it like worked out. I wish like I had stopped them on the road. I'm hearing that again. Like just a little sooner. I almost said sooner. Sooner. That reminds me of the mice in that Leo reading. Now. It's like, but it's interesting because we think that, oh my gosh, like, in retrospect, you look back on that. I'm hearing boobs. I don't know what that was linked to. I'm hearing books. Somebody was like, they had a pile of books with them. Anyways, it's like, they're like, damn, like, why didn't I like do, I'm hearing, hey, sweet Delilah. Someone's like even listening to music. They like didn't take their headphones out. Maybe like they act, that feeling when you act in a certain way around someone. And then like after the math problem is all sort of proofed out in some way, you look back on that and you're like, what the hell? Why didn't I do that? Like, I'm hearing also sooner. Interesting. So let's clear it. There's always a reason for everything. Also, why the pillowcase is like too talkative at night. I don't know what that's alluding to. For a number of you, you're like, okay, so why am I not seeing them? But then like I see them in my dreams. Like for a number of you, this is like you're having like relentless dreams about something, but it's kind of weird because it's so dramatically like separated in terms of paradigm where you're like, I will only interact with this person in astral, but I will not actually physically see them. But then it's like I'll see them, but then I won't interact with them in the physical 3D to the level and degree that I do in the astral. So for a number of you, there's something that let's clear it and ground. This is a matter of spiritual communication with the High Priest in reverse and the Ace of Wands upright, we're merging this reality with the 3D and that sort of that higher plane that we feel we operate on in identifying what we actually want of this connection. So for a number of you, it's like, it's interesting. I don't know if everyone got that, but like everybody is possibly, I'm hearing everybody is kind of also involved in this space. So it's like the butterfly effect, right? Every little thing is orchestrated in the grander movement of this experience. So, you know, again, it's not random that it rained that day and we weren't able to ride up to them and really have that better conversation. I'm hearing that as well. You know, then talk a little bit. I'm hearing greater at length about it. I'm hearing sooner at them as well. High Priest in reverse, the Ace of Wands upright. Let's clear it on ground. For a number of you, it's like, again, in this way, you see someone and you don't really, you know, it's really interesting. Like, the way you maybe react is kind of like, I'm hearing, I couldn't tell, like, what I was doing even. I wasn't even, like, aware. So for a number of you, it's interesting, right? We sometimes, again, we think, we look back on that experience, we're like, I wish I did that. But, you know, in some kind of way, that might be the rationalized sort of interaction. I'm hearing that as well, maybe that you have with your sort of mind in relation to that space that is kind of actually divine. Because what I'm getting is that this is an encounter that is kind of divine with the High Priest in reverse. Ace of Cups. This is not something that's kind of like a logical thing. You call your friend, they're like, hey, yeah, you kind of missed their phone call, they call you back. It's not real. This is more like, you know, call them up on the spiritual, like, you know, speed dial thing, apparently, because then I bumped into them, but in, you know, in a way where we were meant to see each other like that. And it was like two people who were walking on opposite sides of the fish tank, and they happened to both look into the bowl at the same time, and they made that eye contact. I'm hearing in that way. So this is a parallel timeline. I'm hearing this for a number of you. So it's like, it is kind of recognized in that way as well, where it's like we're not meant to kind of intersect necessarily. I'm hearing that might, you know, at times change, where we do kind of find that merging point. I'm seeing two like parallel sort of lines. They're in movement but in relation to each other, but at a parallel distance, and then they merge, and they do sometimes meet as one. So I don't know, at the same time and place, but it's like, for a number of you, in other words, the characterization of this connection may be that is characterized by faith, destiny, and fate, with the Ace of Cups upright. Now for a number of you, this is really like disillusioning at times, because you're like, in a human way, you're here interacting whatever happened, and you're like, what the hell? Maybe in the moment you feel kind of just, you're moving along the path that feels, again, like kind of, I'm hearing predestined. It's like kind of like, you know, that moment when it's a whirlwind, okay? Like, it's not something where you're, again, like processing the interaction as a human purely. This is something maybe for a number of you where you're like, in that moment, I'm not me, the human me. And then it's like you check out of that experience, and then you like kind of like, you so-called sober up, and you're like, what did I just do? Like, and you want to go run back into that experience and redefine how you experienced it, which is like, but as a human. So it's like, that's not relevant. I don't know, that could be really sort of far-fetched for a number of you. It might be something that's kind of like abstract, but what I'm getting is that maybe at times it feels abstract as well, where you're like, I don't understand. I'm hearing this again. You step away from that experience, you're like, I don't get why I didn't work that a little differently as well. I'm hearing like in that way. Yeah, this is real deep. Taurus read? Oh my. Yeah, we're going deep here for you, Taurus. Ace of Cups upright. Now for a number of you, I'm hearing the number 8. Somebody like even does calculations. They're like met on, I'm hearing the 8th, and then it was like the next time was like the 18th, and then the next time was like, I'm hearing 4, and that's have 8. They're doing like these calculations even with time, like down to the minute. I'm hearing they're relating it to scripture as well. They're like, yeah, he was like standing on that street. That was the 10th day from this date. I don't know. For a number of you, it's like something very like, you know, you'll know what this is. I'm hearing astral, okay, with the High Priestess in reverse and the Ace of Wands upright. Now, for a number of you, I'm hearing Australopithecus, okay. This is reminding me of that Pisces reading. Yeah, okay, that was I think the reading with the highest number of views yet on the channel. It's the Pisces November, I think it was like either 2017 or 2018 reading. Now, somebody's having an activation. That's kind of, I don't want to like come out and just kind of say in this way, but that's what's happening here when you're having these experiences where you're like, what in the hell's going on? But that's after. In the moment, you're like kind of dancing in this trance, like sort of feeling even. It's a feeling. It's not really something physical. And that's why it's hard to kind of work with whatever that was in retrospect when you kind of then come back into physical form and 3D sort of understanding of what was sort of held in that really high state of vibration. So for a number of you, it's like you don't understand it as a human. I'm hearing this like, I don't know, so specific. It's like hard to fathom what's taking place when you kind of shapeshift. I'm hearing you come back into the 3D form. It's something that you will not understand. Actually, I'm hearing in a metamorphosize messaging system. I don't know what else this is. Okay, this is with your spirit guides for a number of you. I'm hearing stickers. Put the stickers on the map. I'm hearing that as well. This is something like, you know what you're doing. I'm hearing that as well. But on this level and plane that is kind of a problem to the human 3D eyes, actually, because you look at this and you're like, so it doesn't make sense. I'm just like staying in one place. I'm hearing that as well. But then it's the emotion for a number of you that you feel when you also meet this person. That feels like a tidal wave that takes you to like, you feel like you're making progress. Like you feel like whatever happens in that moment when you meet this person kind of moves you into another space. And then when you sort of, again, you kind of step out of that experience and you so-called sober up, you're like, what did I just do for like 45 minutes of my time? Like, I'm hearing that as well. Like, I don't know what that's linked to. But I'm seeing it as actually like, not like 45 minutes. I'm seeing it as like kind of translated as, you know, when you like travel into space, right? Into space. Okay. So what does that mean? That you don't occupy space as well. So space moving in space. Okay, let's clear it around. But yes, for a number of you, it's like this. It's like when I am, let's say, moving through space, my relationship to time and space totally changes. So in other words, when I'm moving through space, it's like, you know, astronauts, they don't age or something like that, right? It's like that's the thing, the theory I'm getting here. I'm hearing this is like a dream for a number of you. Like this is like something that you feel you wake up from. Actually, there's a dramatic entrance and exit into this type of experience. It can be guided, but it's not really. I'm hearing that with the strength in reverse. Once again, it's not a. I'm hearing it's related to Hinduism. I'm hearing that beliefs with the Temperance card, right? Someone's like, I was talking too much. No. So I'm seeing that like it's even like this. In the presence of someone here, somebody changes. Like they actually feel they change. Like they act like in a totally different way. I'm hearing this with the sun in reverse. Bandit's kind of snoring right there. Take a little look at the sleeping puppy. Oh. You can see like his ear. Okay. All right. Sleeping puppy. Okay. Yeah, so it's like for an interview, you know, you just you feel it. You feel you change. It's like even the things you talk about, like you start to have this like stream of consciousness. You're like, where did that come from? Like I'm hearing acid. I don't know what that's linked to for no reason. It's like I feel like a kind of there's this effervescent feeling to I'm hearing also my chakras. I feel like I activate. I'm hearing that with the Temperance card, right? Like I start to like remember also things that I didn't even know, like I knew at a certain point in time. I'm hearing that so maybe you meet someone, you start channeling. I'm hearing like in their presence. Very interesting. Maybe this could be like even an actual physical place. Now, for a number of you, when you again like it's even like this kind of thing. When you meet with somebody, you're totally in the moment, like in that space. You're in the heat of the interaction, you're in the heat of that moment. And then it's like when you like it could even be like a date, okay? And you're like talking about so many things, and I'm seeing people who are like they're really like they have this robust sort of like conversation, we could say in that way. Then it's like they go home from the date, they look back on that, okay, and they're like, what in the hell was I doing? They look back like and they kind of interpret that feeling that was so real and like kind of natural in that moment. They're like, I was talking so much, like why was I doing that? But in the moment you didn't feel that way. So let's clear it. That could be this kind of feeling where you are under the influence even as you feel it. You're like, what is going on? Now, that could be also like Neptune contacts that you have with somebody in your birth chart. I'm hearing this goes way back though. Trace it all the way back. It's related to number 3, the Ace of Wands. I'm hearing Moses knows what you're talking about. I'm hearing it in that way. Okay. The sun in reverse. Well, I feel like I'm not cool to like a lot of people here. Okay, but like you're cool to Moses, so you know, okay, what do you feel cool now? Okay, that strength in reverse. Always depends, like, you know, who's your crowd. I'm hearing as well that you're sort of interpreting what you sort of feel through the lens of Seven of Wands upright. Now, for a number of you have a really sacred connection here with someone, and you see through it, actually. You do. You know what it is, but then it's like you bob in and out of this feeling of like, is it also really happening? So maybe for a number of you, you're like scared. It's like you get freaked out. Yeah, World in reverse, Hangman in reverse. This is like too like weird at times, like for my brain to handle. Like, I don't know why I'm here right now. Like, somebody is shocked even to be seeing someone or meeting someone or like interacting with them like in the ways that they are. It's freaking them out. Death in reverse. They're like, I just don't get it. Why do we always keep meeting each other? I'm hearing that again. Now, the Eight of Wands is in reverse. Let's clear it and ground. It's something uncanny. I'm hearing a whistle, like, I'm seeing two people haven't seen each other in a long time. So, like, there's a whistle that goes off, like, it's like in this, looks like a really, like, outdoor space, really busy outdoor space. A lot of people there, okay, passing through. And then it's like an event or something. There are like tents put up here all around, and it's like there's something blowing in the wind. Anyways, again, we're talking about that banner thing that was like blowing in the wind. Now, and then it's like two people. Looks like two people who know each other walking in a crowd, but they're not aware of each other like as they're walking through the crowd technically. But then it's like there's a whistle that goes off in the audience. I'm hearing that as well. Who's tuning in? Interesting. Okay, take it as you will. And then it's like suddenly like those two people both are aware of that sound. I'm hearing it as well in that way. And they both like look at the same time at each other. They don't really look for the sound of origin. They look at one, and it's so interesting. They see each other. I'm hearing in that silence. Like maybe even someone's like they turn. So suddenly two people, they even turn around. They both like, it's that feeling. I don't know. I'm like kind of getting shivers. Like they both look around them for kind of no reason. It's like this almost this instinctual feeling, you know, like when animals know like right before an earthquake kind of takes place, they have that sort of that feeling. They start getting kind of restless. That's what I'm kind of catching here. It's like two people in a crowd, they kind of just turn around for no reason, and they're even with other people. They're like hanging out, you know, maybe in a group of people. They both turn and they see each other, and they're like, "What the fuck? Why do we both just turn at the exact time and look at each other like in that exact moment?" It's like something like that. So someone realizes, they're like, "This is beyond. This is beyond like." Divine. Okay, we obviously, like, you know, there's so much going on. We happen to just look at each other at that moment. Like, come on. Okay, world in reverse. So for a number of you, and then it's like even the people around them, they're like, somebody's like, "Did you hear that?" And they turn, they're like, "No, what are you talking about?" I'm hearing certainly not. I'm hearing once again. I'm hearing surname. What's your surname? So, somebody's in a restaurant. They're registering their name or something. They're at the front of the line, but like this person, they kind of all of a sudden, but you know that moment when you tune out and you're kind of like. You're staring off into space, you're kind of like, you're in transit. I'm hearing that you're transiting. Okay, I don't know, take it as you will. And then you like, for whatever reason, you like kind of just, you turn. I'm saying you turn in the restaurant as you're standing in line. For whatever reason, you're like, I think I need to just turn around. And like someone you know is like standing right there behind you. It's like something like that. I'm hearing 17-7. I'm hearing 7. Someone's like even giving their name. They're like, "What's your phone number? We'll call you when your table's ready," kind of feeling. It's clearing around. Not literally for everyone. I'm hearing the movers are in town. You're like even about to move or something like that. I don't know. You're like, you decide to like go downstairs for like 2 minutes, like walk outside. Some of you to like even like smoke or something like that. I don't know. I'm not advising that, but anyways, or however. Okay, you're like just, you know, you go downstairs and you're like for 2 minutes even just like at like the most odd time as well of the night. I'm hearing that as well. I'm hearing 2:17 like p.m. I'm hearing that as well. Yeah, somebody like goes outside even in the dark. They're like, I think I'm just gonna go outside. I'm just gonna like get a Twizzler from like the 7-Eleven. I'm hearing that as well. And then maybe I'll get like a mop on my way as well. They like decide last minute. They're like, maybe I should just like also stop by there. I'm feeling kind of good. I'm hearing that with the hypers. They're like, yeah, I'm kind of in a good mood. Let me just kind of like, you know, I'm hearing trip and fall a little bit as well here. Son of Cups. So you see somebody like in a moment that you feel actually shouldn't have happened for whatever reason. You're like, it's almost like a time lapse of your reality. You're like, you kind of see time and space discover one another. Wow. It's like you kind of see something warp. Like, it's almost like catching an orb on camera. That's the feeling I'm getting. Like, you kind of see where the timelines converge. Interesting with a hermit. Like, I don't know, it could be metaphorical where you're like, wow, this is divine timing. I feel the universe in a whole nother way. Now let's clear it and ground. I'm hearing, I made a grave mistake. These two people, they're like looking at each other. They're like, obviously, like, we need to talk. This is getting like ridiculous. We keep turning in to one another. I'm hearing that as well. Like, it was like two people, even like they're always like they always show up at the same place, like at the club as well. I'm hearing that, and they turn around, they like bump into each other. I'm hearing, whoa, you're born too? Me too. I'm hearing that. Okay, interesting. Like twins, like maybe even like long lost twins. Like they like always keep like kind of tuning into one another. I'm hearing that as well. I'm hearing a song. In Africa, Toto, I think it's by Toto. Africa, that song's so beautiful. Nine of Pentacles are bright. Sun in reverse, Sun of Cups. Even somebody's like at a concert. This is for a number of you. They're listening to music. They're laying on the grass or something. They're looking up at the sky. They're looking at the clouds. They're like, I don't think like I need to like ever cut my hair again. I'm hearing that as well. They're just thinking about like, they're thinking. They're not thinking, actually. This is for a number of you. Well, okay. Hi, Reese. It might be a personal reading for Jessica right now. Pisces, all the Pisces. Well, who needs to think when we could just know, you know, intuitive. Intuitive I am. Like, somebody's like, listen, they feel like they also have it all figured out. They're like, I'm hearing cause I'm sprung. Oh, I'm hearing that song as well. Cause I'm real, what you see is what you get. They feel like they've kind of also arrived. They're like, I kind of understand the Wheel of Fortune and the way it works now. It's like, but that's kind of like, it's kind of like not the right answer. It's like that. It's like the answer on the test that you're like sold. You're like, I aced it. That was so the right answer. Like you never thought that you would like fail that question on the test. It was like not the right answer. It was like a trick answer. Okay, like lo and behold, there's more to the story, more to the answer as well. That you know, I'm hearing. So crash over me, like come over. I'm hearing come over me. This is a song, another song. Okay, yeah. So for a number of you, like suddenly you're like the moment when you thought like also like you knew the way the universe worked. Okay, here comes like friggin' another work problem. I'm here to solve here, but the time is wrong. But this is someone who knows you. They walk up to you. Someone's laying on the grass. This person walks up to them. They're like, hey, I'm hearing Tobin. I'm hearing that like so specifically. I'm hearing also I'm hearing I told you so. This person's like walking up to someone. His daughter comes right there. Someone's walking up to somebody. They're about to like say something. They're like, hey, I'm that person who's laying down. It's like they both activate at the same time. They both acknowledge it. They both see what's happening there. They both appreciate as well what is connecting them in that moment. They're merging. I'm hearing that with the Son of Cups and the Daughter of Cups. It's really beautiful. This is a moment with the Son of Cups and the Daughter of Cups. Now I'm hearing the big reveal. I'm hearing reveal it. I'm hearing that with the Sun of Reverse. Like this person again walking over. I'm hearing the letter C, Candy. They're like, can you meet me? Can you come over, like, the street? Like, maybe they're across the street or something. Someone's at the park or something. They're, like, laying on the grass. I'm hearing this, like, again. They're looking up at the sky. They're looking up at the clouds. Or maybe even, like, they're making shapes out of the clouds. They're kind of, like, in their world, all right? This is gonna be someone who's got a lot of Pisces. They're like looking at the clouds. They're like, yeah, that looks like an antelope. That looks like a reindeer. That looks like something I used to know. That's somebody I used to know. That's somebody I used to know. Oh yeah, I know that person. Okay, but like it's something kind of even uncanny. Like the moment before. Again, it's something like that. Like I was just even like writing your name in my notebook, sort of feeling. I'm hearing Dolce's in here. I'm hearing Christina. I'm hearing that as well. Okay, let's clear it around now for a number of you. It's that moment when you know, like, this person's walking over to you. Okay, you, like, there's no more, like, guessing, guess and check. I'm hearing that as well. Like, someone is, like, walking over. I'm hearing this, like, even across the street. They're, like, they're, like, are you gonna come over? Like, they're trying to, like, kind of understand this person. It kind of confirm. They're, like, yes, I am. But there's not really that interaction happening. It's just kind of happening. Again, it's the moment. So no, I'm seeing this person walks up. They're like, they don't really respond or react to what that person is really saying. I'm hearing that as well. They're just kind of having, again, like, they're channeling even with the Temperance card. They're like, they don't even know where the words are coming from at this point with the Temperance card and the Daughter of Cups. They're like, I am really intrigued by this. Like, it's like something that they're not even really talking about the moment there. They're talking about the transcendence of the many moments that they feel they've continued to live for. I'm hearing and through. There's something of a space of memory that has been orbiting, and these two people realize it now. They're like, we're just living through another lens of another life. You realize that? I'm hearing that from High Priestess here. Upright, the world in reverse. I almost said the Wheel of Fortune. It's like they're realizing that they're also like obviously supposed to be kind of like connected maybe in some way. They're like, this is like for a reason. There's no like way that we're meeting each other in this way like over and over again, and we keep like dismissing it. Like, I'm hearing headshot moment, like two people just like they just see each other like from also maybe like I'm hearing another lens, like another angle, like from afar, and then it's like they're like maybe like we're supposed to talk, and then it's like for whatever reason I'm hearing Chipotle. I'm really like so specifically. Okay, but then it's like I don't know. They're kind of like, oh whatever, we're not gonna make a huge deal of it. Then they see each other again, and it's like okay, maybe we're supposed to like talk and like really like maybe even create something together. Death in reverse. Now, there was always the question of potential here. No question about that. The point, though, more so, as I'm getting it here, is like, what's the moment in which it's going to happen? And I feel like for a number, this is a timing thing, but it does come down to it. I'm hearing time is warping right before your very eyes. Whatever you thought you had a grip on and you called your reality, that doesn't really apply anymore, you guys. I'm hearing with the Hangman in reverse. Like, get ready to hand over also your notes for the test. Okay, because everything will be tested out right here, right now. Daughter of Cups, Son of Cups. Like, hey, so are you ready? I'm hearing that, like, and this is like two people who maybe never really like openly acknowledge. Well, it's clear on the ground. I'm seeing an eye, like an Egyptian eye. They're like, yeah. They realize they're both opening the door to this portal, and it's like if we act like it's a problem or that it's something that a problem we can't solve or something that we don't understand. If we're gonna try to logically work with a paradigm, we're not gonna be able to predict anything. Actually, we have to just be the person that we become when we bleed. I'm hearing the same color. I'm hearing wine. I'm hearing in our veins for one another. Holy shit, Taurus. Taurus is like, I'm an earth sign, but I have my moments. Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay, let's clear it in ground. I do work with poetry a little bit. They're like, so what do you do? They're like, let's just get down to it. Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do? I'm hearing that. Temperance, like, let's just get into it. It's like these are two people who like they're for the longest time they like wanted to even like ask each other like so many things. They're so curious about each other. They like never really like, and I feel like had the chance to like expand that conversation. Even like there was so much that I'm seeing pottery here, then I'm seeing ceramics. Someone's like holding like a ceramic cup. They're like, I wanted to ask you so many things, too many things actually, and then I ended up not asking you anything. Okay, maybe like one or two things, but Daughter of Cups and the Son of Cups. I'm hearing, yeah, I know, me too. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing towelette. Do you want a towelette? They like take something out of the bag. They're like, here. These are really great. I'm hearing Tivoli. I'm hearing garden. This has been coming through a number of readings now, okay? I'm hearing tip. Do we leave a tip for them? Like, even if we're just having wine? Like, these are two people maybe like they sit down and they have a talk. I'm hearing oil. Olive oil, I'm hearing, and vinegar. Now, I'm hearing, because if you're talking body, that's a song. Okay. Now, yeah, I'm seeing imagination here. Like, so, this is a fantasized space. No wonder, right, that we officially manifested it, because where we kind of set that concentration, right, we see what is already manifest. So it's like if we can imagine it, it is already in a certain way. So it's like, in other words, what's your paradigm of how you I'm hearing you, one second, interpret your reality. What is real? So for a number of you, it's this connection that defies the concept of what's real. It's like we're seeing two people, they meet in like this like fairy tale. It's so interesting. I'm seeing two characters. They like they keep meeting each other in a fairy tale. They're like, I'm seeing a pumpkin here as well. Cinderella. Okay, that's clear. It's like they realize like, you realize our story's kind of like Cinderella. I don't get it. Like, I don't want you to walk home without your slipper. You know what I mean? I'm hearing that as well. Like, okay. what do we make of that? I'm hearing that. Like, they're like, it's time to talk honestly about this, okay? Obviously, you know my name and I know yours, and our numbers are the same. So what are we gonna do about this? I'm hearing that like again. So maybe these are two people. They're like, we're twins. It's obvious. I'm hearing that the daughter cups up right, son cups up right. Now for number 1 second. I'm hearing, yeah, I know. I have an aerial view of like everything you do. I'm hearing that as well, apparently, because I decided to like also wear these pants today, and so did you. I'm hearing that. Somebody has like matching clothes, even or something like that. Eight of Swords in reverse, the Tower in reverse. Even like two people decided to wear like some particular piece of clothing like on the same day. They're like, do you mind that I'm like wearing something like so casual? They're like, no, not at all. They're like, I decided to wear the same. So hold on. Someone even is wearing. Okay. Anyway, so let's clear the ground. Something about their jacket. Okay, they're wearing like a down jacket, but it's like they're both wearing something like that on like a really, really, really hot day. So they both look kind of like, it's like, are you cold? Are you cold? We both look really cold. Okay. So yeah. Anyways, like something that makes it clear that they're operating the same sort of wavelength in some way. Now we have the High Priestess. Yeah. Great minds think alike sort of thing here. World in reverse. It can be sort of seen. Now, for a number of you, these people are like not really talking. They're like, so what was like your summer like that year? They're like, oh, like I'm hearing 88, something about the number 888. They're like, yeah, I had like 8 towels in my hand. I was just like, you know, I was just flying all over the world. I'm hearing that as well with the Temperance card. I was flying all over the place. I'm hearing that. Temperance, okay. But anyways, now, so they're exchanging some, like, stories here. Now, but again, I'm seeing two people who, like, recognize each other in the fable. Now, here's a test. If you recognize one another in the fairy tale as, like, a fairy tale character, and you play the scene, I don't know. If you'll get promoted, I'm hearing that with a High Priestess. Like, I don't know, your spirit guides want to give you, like, a heads up with those. I'm hearing Tabitha. I'm hearing there's a reason why you're, like, talking about this right now. I'm hearing that as well with your big brother. I'm hearing, and he's got his muffin in his hand, and it's crumbling. There's a reason for, like, why also not a lot of people maybe understand, like, where you're going with this whole thing. I'm hearing that as well. Interesting. Let's clear it and ground. Now, I'm here. I was walking towards you, and I wanted to like say something, but I didn't know if it was like the same thing that I said last time. So oh wow, so somebody's like, look, when I'm around you, they're confessing this. They're like, I lose my mind. I don't know like what my mind is like supposed to be used for anymore. Actually, because I feel like I start working outside of the paradigm of my normal train of thought. I'm here with the High Priestess and the Hangman in reverse. I mean, I don't know what to do, a honk or what? I'm here with the High Priestess. Okay, let's clear the ground. For a number of you, I'm hearing, honestly, you are like a part of my story, and we have the same birth mission. Now, I'm saying this again. The trick is meeting in the fairy tale. I'm hearing in the quantum discussion, but without the whiteout. 1 second. What? Hold on. Seeing flashes of light here. I'm hearing, while you're there, I'm over there. Oh wow, this is somebody who's like, they're time traveling. So they're actually like, yeah. And then they realize that they're both doing that at the same time. So it's like, you gotta be like 150% ready to dance. I'm hearing it in that way. Like, without your clothes on, I'm hearing that with the High Priestess upright and the World in reverse. This is like one of the most interesting readings I think I've like ever done. For no reason, this is maybe what someone's telling someone. They're like, this is like the most interesting experience. Like, I'm hearing it in this way, like someone's like telling someone, with you, I feel like I cannot keep my clothes on. I'm hearing that as well. Okay, well that can mean a few things. Okay, but like it's like, you know what I mean. Okay, so but it can be like, you know, it could be like a double entendre thing. It could be in a number of ways here as well, where it's like the attraction is really strong. And I feel like with you, I can't mask that. I'm hearing that with the Hermit upright. Yeah, no, I totally realize that like you can distinguish, but you can decipher between the cream and the brulee. I'm hearing of my breakfast. I'm hearing that as well. Like, also like what I'm feeling. I'm hearing that with the world. Like, let's clear it. This person also knows how this person's feeling, and that's part of it. They're like, I can see in your eyes that you're like sorry right now for something. I don't know what it is, but like these people are having like a meltdown. I'm hearing that as well. Like together maybe. I'm hearing it's okay, like we don't have to call it anything. Like I just hope like you don't have coping mechanisms. I'm hearing that with the high priestess that you don't make yourself interesting. So they're actually coming to a point of being 100% vulnerable with one another. They're like, again, it's so interesting. You know that movie? It's like there's like a dog. They got like real long ears. I think it's We Sing Together. It's like a kid's, well, whatever. It's like a movie thing or like a show. Anyways, there are these kids that are reading this book, and then they kind of like jump into the book with their dog, and there's like the three of them. Then they're like in the book, and they're kind of living through the story that they were like reading through with the book. Now, the Basset Hound. Oh my God, Jessica, yes. Now, okay, so they're like in that like reality kind of, okay. Make new friends but keep the old. One is silver and the other gold. Okay, that's the song. Now, then they're like, where are we? Okay, and and it's like the key is like, wow, okay, you as those two. The key is you can't turn on that person that you incarnate with. I'm hearing that way. I don't know what that guy was alluding to. I'm hearing Hagath. I'm hearing let's clear it in the ground. Haggadah. What does that mean? The world in reverse. I'm hearing, wait, they're like even testing something out. They're like, hold on, stand right there. I want to see like if I talk, like if you talk back. Like it's a mirrored experience. It's so weird. Haagen-Dazs. Okay, the runner-up winner, Haagen-Dazs. Okay, it's even like Hagalaz. I think that is the name of a rune. This is something that was like something like cryptic. I'm hearing the world in reverse. It's like a word maybe even in Hebrew. Haggadah, something, I don't know. Anyways, the high priestess. I'm hearing hell no. I'm also hearing that. Okay. Somebody who's like, it's like this person, they're like moving through this like, I'm hearing this chandelier moment. I don't know what that's going to do. They're like about to move through this like chandelier. It's like weird. If you think about chandelier, it's like a sort of contraption of light, right? They're like, all right, so I'm gonna go. I don't know what they're like. This person is like, their aura is like on fire. They're like lit up. They're about to like move through this portal. They look back at this person. They're like, are we not gonna acknowledge it? Like this time, the person is like, hell no. I'm hearing that again. Like, there's no way. No, I won't come. Wait, are you kidding? It's like a moth to the flame. We're gonna dance. I'm hearing like in that way. We're gonna do this. This person, like, it's like we're both gonna acknowledge that we're in the story. I'm hearing that. Like, the key is though that you can't like, it's, for those who have seen that movie, it's like, imagine that those two characters like pretend like they don't know each other. Like, the hell. We both like we're on the same track, bro. I'm hearing this all, the Son of Cups and the Daughter Cups. We both like jumped into the book at the same time. They did, truly. And it's like, I think it's like a rainbow. It's so interesting. They both kind of like also incarnated like on the same wave band. I'm hearing wave. Let's clear it. I'm hearing on the Homo sapien training program. Interesting. That's what they call it. Okay. Spirit guys are like, yeah, so you're in the program for that. Okay, just want to let you know. Wheel of Fortune reverse in case you didn't know. What is this human thingy? Human thingy I'm wearing. Okay. I'm wearing a human. That's so weird. Okay, Ace of Cups upright. Hyper. These people are like having a trip together, maybe even. I don't know what that's like. With a hangman reverse. They're even meditating together. Oh my god. They're like putting their hands on each other's chakras. They're like, show me your lifetime. The one prior to this one. They're doing passive aggression together. Holy, and they open up to one another. It is an intense moment. Taurus was taking a while for a reason. We're like, where's Taurus at? So last sign, are we gonna even? Of course, we're gonna get to it. I'm hearing that. Do whatever you've been like doubting, don't doubt it. I'm hearing spring. By the springtime, Son of Cups and the Daughter Cups. Something is maturing. All right, you guys. Wow, this is really cool. Thank you for tuning in, Taurus. I'm curious. I'm gonna go look back at your extended as well, because I did that reading already, and be interesting to see how it sort of aligns. Whoa, feeling this like rod-like energy in the crown chakra. The extended. Again, 144 people in the room. Ooh, 40 likes. Okay. There could be focus on that number 4 for number of you, or even like 4 as well. 2 4 to 8 as again that came through in the earlier part of this reading actually. Some of you dealing with a Scorpio. Again, you might want to check out the extended, and definitely for a number of you, especially if you have also a focus on the archetype of Aquarius. I'm hearing that. Pisces as well. There could be something, I'm hearing Taurus again, like twice, of course, Taurus reading, but even the Hermit showing up here. Yeah, this is something where like, you have this like ancient sort of cryptic connection with this person. You can unlock things, like they are treasures. These are experiences that you've had that you have been, it's like a time capsule, like sort of something that you tap into. So, it's very particular, right? So I'm hearing it's a womb of wonder. I'm hearing that as well. Wow, like that we need to like open together though. So it's like I can't like open our treasure box, We both have the key because we have to hold hands. That is the key. Wow. So I'm seeing like 2 people, they join hands and they open like a box together. That's like the key. Interesting. And so I'm hearing it's like arithmetic, death in reverse. These people are talking like even under like the moonlight. They're like, this is so weird. It's like a movie that like we don't even see yet. I'm hearing that with the death card in reverse. The High Priest. Let's clear the ground. Someone is like, they're time traveling. This is for a number of you. They're like, all right, I'm gonna see ya. They're like, all right. They're like, let's test it. They're like, all right. So they want to maybe even like purposely test some kind of theory. Yep, Fool in reverse. They're trying to like even do like a quantum leap. They want to like even ascend. Like they want to activate maybe together. It's very interesting. It's kind of reminding me of Lucy. Let's clear it and ground that movie. Somebody maybe is even guiding someone through it. I'm hearing the letter H. I'm hearing Hugh Lowe. Someone's even reporting like the transparency levels. But I'm saying in terms of like computers, like you're looking at like a color, and like a hue, and it's got like a number. I'm seeing that like specifically. So somebody, yeah, they're kind of like trying to even merge. I'm hearing that again, like it can be metaphorical. Well, like making sense of an experience. They're trying to communicate even on some plane where it's like we can talk and we can understand one another. Okay, like so there. Yeah. So now for Nuri, it is an activation. Again, you might want to check out the extended. That's available via the website alchemy.com. Click up to Taurus. And any other sign that you might feel guided towards. I'm hearing Scorpio as well for a number of you: Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. So whatever you feel guided to watch. But for a number of you, like this is something that you are also like. It's like I've been wanting to have this conversation. It's not about not knowing the thing I want to talk about. I'm hearing that as well. It is a matter of like when the divineness of the timing of it all allows for the conversation to happen. So thank you guys for tuning in on the light too. Let's jump into one more note here. 1 second. It's like for a number of you, and maybe for a number of you, like I've really tried to like kind of force like I kind of tried to like bump into them on purpose, and like it doesn't work. It's like it's not like that. It's like the weather has to be right sort of feeling. It has to be timed, but not in a timed out way. Interesting. It's not in a timetable fashion. It's in a I'm hearing it's in a tomb, and we have to open it, but carefully. I'm hearing that with the Fool in reverse. Ooh, feeling a prick on my left ear with the Fool in reverse. This is something that maybe for a number of you, it's like we have to be willing to allow each other to access that part of our own selves, and that's your kind of quantum sort of like connection in this way. It's like kind of cool. It's like wow, like it's like kind of like your experiment, even like your project. It's like this is your sort of I'm hearing your experience as well of it. So it's like it's kind of interesting, like you figure out how to understand the wave. I'm hearing that as well, and the way that it works. So it's almost like training. I'm hearing that with the Fool in reverse. That's clear. That could mean so many things, right? But for a number of you, you're working like in such a way where you feel that you're able to understand better also what this experience is. But it's maybe you realize that it is kind of sophisticated. But what does that mean, right? It's always relative. What is sort of simple, what is complicated, and what is the perspective actually of that? Like, okay, so if something is complicated, you perceive it as complicated, then what? So, like, okay, so what is it? So in other words, it's like I'm seeing there's something that is kind of like a platform through which you can better observe yourself. So it's not really something that is anything. It's like kind of like it's interesting. It's like an obstacle course. Okay, so let's clear the ground. It's like it's kind of like a, I'm hearing two times two. Yeah, it's like people who are helping each other like memorize things for the test, sort of feeling. They're coaching each other, but like it's like kind of as well like this Taurus, maybe for a number of you for a certain period of time, you realize you're like, there's a reason like also why I'm having this experience. So you started to kind of see it in a new way, maybe, okay, as well, where you're like, this is meant to, this is an opportunity to also get to know myself better in this space. This is an opportunity to also, this is a meditative experience. I'm hearing the Hermit, okay. So, I'm hearing shock. Yeah, so it's healing. All right, thank you guys for tuning in the light too, and always again, it's a matter of perspective. Let's jump into, who's next? Gemini, right? We didn't do Gemini yet. I'm hearing right off the bat. I'm hearing boat, flowers. Okay. And I'm hearing Super 7. I'm hearing Super 7. Is that like a lotto thing? Daughter of Cups. 5 Wands. High Priestess. I'm hearing Big Ball. I'm hearing Mag. The High Priestess. Magnum. Father of Cups. Now, I'm hearing Jove very strongly here. I don't know what that's alluding to. Father Cups leading you out. I'm hearing Jim. Jim is busted. I'm hearing. Let's get all the cards. Okay, let's call it as it is. Somebody's like wanting to confess something. I'm hearing that as well. Death right here in reverse. Someone like closes the door. They're like, we need to talk. It's like someone in like a number of people in a room. They're like, the shelves are dusty. They're like bringing something to someone's attention. This person's a little bit like kind of out of it. They're like incoherent. They're like, you don't see it right now, but like the shelves are dusty. They're kind of like communicating maybe something indirectly as well. I'm hearing the mayor is coming. I'm hearing that the Mother of Cups upright. Okay, interesting. With a chair, somebody gets news of something. Maybe they even have a dream or they have a premonition of some kind. They have a vision. I'm seeing that. I'm hearing she's coming here to study. Maybe even somebody. I'm hearing they represent someone, or in some way they're gonna like step in for somebody here. I don't know what that's alluding to. Like it's a feeling of like your teacher's not gonna be in class today. Like this is a person that's gonna represent them. Substitute teacher, Father of Cups. Somebody like they come into contact with somebody. The Mother of Cups mirroring the Father of Cups. You lead out with the Fool. They're like introducing someone to someone in a room. I'm hearing they've traveled a real long way to get here. I'm hearing the Chariot and the Fool. I'm hearing, but time doesn't exist. So, in this connection, I'm hearing that again with the Fool and the Hermit. So just take your time with that. I'm hearing with getting to know them. Like I'm seeing someone walks into a room. It's so interesting, and they're introducing themselves. So take it as you will, in a number of ways, but there's something kind of intense. I'm hearing that with the Chariot and the 5 Wands, like kind of surreal, like the baby look at seeing its mother for the first time, sort of feeling 5 of Wands at the base of the 2 of Wands. Okay, so someone has been waiting to meet this person. Yep, Temperance comes right there at the base of the Hermit. They're like, I've literally like, I've been so curious about you. I'm hearing that Temperance at the base of the Hermit. I've been wondering. Wow, 7 sisters, Moonchild. Wow. I'm hearing the elliptical machine. Lovers here today. I have another Temperance card. we've definitely been kind of darting some glances here to one another across the room. We'll say it in that way. Father Paticles, this person comes over. They're like holding their hand. They're like getting really close to this person. They're like, "Are you like doing anything tonight?" I'm hearing that as well. This person's like, "No." This person kind of like gets up. They're like, "All right, done. We're gonna be going on a date." I'm hearing that. Emperor in reverse. I'm hearing Dylan called me back. Someone's like talking to the friend. Let's clear the ground. Not literally, possibly. This other person's like, Dylan? Wait, what? It's like the friend. They're like, wait, hold on. The really, Son of Cups. Oh, he's calling me again. Hold on, wait, I have to get this. Hey. This person's like, are you talking to that guy? I'm hearing that Son of Cups. They're like, the creepy one? Oh my. Was that even like a real cop car? Okay, Father One's reverse. So it's like, okay, that was so random. Like so random. So it's like the one. Hold on, are you talking to the? I'm hearing the sinking fish. Hold on, I don't know what that was. Like the Father One's reverse. Maybe like I'm hearing like somebody like maybe ghosted or they disappeared. Someone's like, he's back in the fishbowl. Okay. Weird. I mean, the friend maybe doesn't want to like assume like that everything is kind of like gone with the wind like so quickly like, but in either direction, they're kind of open to it. They're actually kind of like really curious. They're like, so hold on, this person is like seriously talking to you again? I remember that as well with a father. Like I thought that he had like a different GoFundMe account like all together, and he was like, don't contact me at that address anymore. I'm hearing that as well. Father wants reverse. I'm hearing flippin' A with a Father wants reverse. Okay, now for a number of you, I'm hearing, I guess I tricked his eyes to see me a little better. I don't know what that's going to do. I'm hearing, I want candy, dun 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 dun. I want candy. Someone's having a craving here. I'm hearing that the Father wants reverse. Ace of Wands, right? Okay. So for a number of you, look, this is maybe someone's friend. They're like, I'm hearing, hold on, wait, Freddie? This is like, this person has maybe this like a reputation of some kind. They're like the one who fried the fish, but like too much. You know what I mean? That Freddie. Wait, hold on, the creepy ozone layer dude? I'm hearing that as well. The Father was, I don't know what, someone's like talking about the environment, like on the first date for like 4 years. I'm hearing that as well. No judgment. I don't know, this is not me talking yet again. I'm just channeling what's coming through. But someone was like, hold on, so now they're down? I'm hearing they're down. Ace of Wands. Yeah, he just sent, oh my gosh, hold on. Okay, we're going way back. I had this vision. I way back. I used to have this like phone. When you have to let songs like as your ringtone or whatever. There was this one song. I think it was by oh my gosh. Trey or something like Trey. I mean also Brian McKnight. And hey, oh my goodness, you guys. Whoa, that was a little bit of a hot minute. A little bit of time there that just passed. But it was funny because in the beginning of this reading we're saying, time doesn't exist in this connection, Fool here in the Hermit. Okay, so I don't know what that's alluding to. I did get a snack. Almost finished it. With all the time it took to get the Wi-Fi back up and running. Oh god, Fool in the Hermit. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, it's really interesting. I was actually meditating on the energy. Making use of the time here. How you guys are still in the room, right? Well, we were at 160. Now I see 69 people. So hopefully I'll wait for a few more people to get in. 72 there. Okay, so for a number of you, look, it's like so interesting. I'm seeing like someone's friend, they look at this person, they're like, there's no way. Like, hold on. They're like, there's something crazy about this idea. They're just like, hold on. I'm hearing Freddie. I'm hearing that again. Freddie? he the one that like framed. Oh, 1 second. No, this friend is like, they're interested though. They're like, what happened? I mean, it's like kind of that feeling where, you know someone who has a really interesting story, and they update you on it every now and then like there's this like curveball to this story in some way, and it's just like the friend like they're curious. They're like, how did it turn out? I'm hearing that with the Temperance card and the Fool. It's clear to ground. Is he still like afraid to date you? I'm hearing that as well. The Temperance card and the Fool. No, he fried the fish differently this time. Okay, with the Temperance card, I'm hearing that as well. He also wasn't late. Okay, he held my hand as well at dinner. I'm hearing that with the Temperance card and the Son of Cups. Okay, we're in a whole new ballgame now. I'm hearing that this friend is like surprised, really, like by someone's turnaround of maybe like their friend. So I don't know what that's alluding to. 1 second. This person's like having a sippy drink, like a little juice box. They're like, so he told you, okay, so fill me in. They're like, these are two friends. They're like sitting down. Yeah, this person is having like a juice box. I'm saying like 4. They're like going through these juice boxes. Like, while this person's telling them the whole thing that's going down. Moon, they're like, no way. Okay, so someone's dealing with a lot of Scorpio as well, possibly. Moon upright, death in reverse. It's a riveting story for a number of you. Like, it truly is. And this person was actually like really wanted to know, like, really, how's it gonna go down now? For whatever reason, I'm hearing framed. They didn't expect, like, for whatever reason, yet again, they didn't. So this, maybe it's even over the phone. They're like, wait, I'm so riveted right now. Let me hear that. With what? Okay, well, you have to back up from the beginning. Everything what happened. So it's like that kind of thing, maybe for a number of you. They're like, so he was there. He said he was waiting for you. I'm hearing that as well. Yeah, he was like wading in and out of the pool, out of the water. You know what I mean? Like a duck, kind of. Getting like learning how to swim with the Son of Cups. Maybe someone's like kind of feeling metaphorical, where someone is kind of so-called getting ready to have a certain type of experience. Are we okay with this? We're not buffering, right? Because I'm just like talking. Can you type 999 if like you could see me and we're all good and it's not buffering? $999 if we're not buffering. Can you guys see me? $999. Oh gosh. Oh good. So could you guys hear me all along? Okay. So you guys could hear me because I couldn't see your comments, but I guess you could hear me. Maybe just the comments were delayed. So all right. So did you guys get the part where we're talking about the person with the juice cups? You were hearing all that, right? With a sippy drink. Okay, good. All right, so for a number of you, okay, good. So then, all right, for a number, I was like, how did I miss that? Okay, the Moon upright and the Death card in reverse. So for a number of you, there was something that like, this sounds like from the outside in, this story sounds blasphemous. Like maybe this person even like blamed someone for something, like something crazy, like wacko, like off the wall. Like I'm hearing he got hitched with another Lego block like too soon. I'm hearing that as well, and then he had to like unhitch later down the line, and then he got like married and like in that 70s show. I don't know what that was going to. Okay, and then he was like in I'm hearing in Wiley's closet for a little bit. I'm hearing that with the Son of Cups. I don't know what that's alluding to. Wiley's closet. I don't know. Father Wands reverse. It's like this person was like. It's even like hearing back from someone who you haven't heard from for a long time now. They're kind of like zany. Maybe their energy is like kind of like. You're like, whoa, it's you. Where the hell have you been? Like, what have you been up to? Sort of thing with the time it's around the lovers, and it's like, for some reason, I feel like I just want to like cuddle Bandit right now. Oh, he's sleeping. Okay, little baby bandito. He's just sleeping. Okay, but anyways, yeah, so it's like their friend has like a dog. They're in the background. They're like, oh, I'm here with like I'm hearing zoomies. That's what they call when the dogs they get like really excited from the shower. They're like they get the zoomies. They like run around the house in circles. Okay, anyways. Now, yeah, someone's like, I'm here, I'm totally like, I'm listening, I'm like, what the heck is going on? They're curious, they want to catch up with this person, maybe even they want the lowdown on the update on what is taking place. Now, Bandit's having a puppy dream. He is definitely dreaming of something sweet and delicious, because I think his mouth is like nom nom. All right, now for a review, yeah, it's like they're like, okay, so like, what happened? Okay, Moon Bright, Death in Reverse. Well, he said it's like I'm hearing that song. I think it's by Stained. I'm hearing Pink as well, but the song is has it's been a while. Okay, anyway, it's like a rock alternative type of song. Type of song, the genre, the Death Card Reverse, Moon Bright. Now for a review, it's like they're like, wait, so like he just kind of okay, this person's like, go back. He waded into the pool. Maybe someone was like, it could be a metaphor. They're like, yeah, so like he was like that girl at the rock show, you know what I mean? And then he was like not oblivious to that. So this person is maybe communicating what this person communicated to them. So in other words, maybe this person had a conversation with this person. Okay, and this person and that person. It's like so many details. Even this person's like offloading everything. It's like gerbil talk at this point. It's like that's what it sounds like, because there's so much. Maybe even that like this person has to like catch up on with this person. Okay, why are they saying this person? So maybe this is like someone who, for the longest period of time, was either they're like very characteristic. They have like a very like characteristic nature in some way, or like they are like kind of elusive. I'm hearing Montgomery, I'm hearing Alabama as well. I don't know what that was like. The Father Wands Reverse, like someone like went off totally the radar. Like, I'm not even like available for a tip. Don't even try to tip me. Like, okay, like it's that kind of like I'm out of here with the Father, like I'm gone. Death in Reverse, Father Wands Reverse. Now somebody like literally they remember that was the last they remember. Maybe you remember that person. And I saw you with the balloon. You were like running away. I'm hearing also from me. Like, let's clear the ground. Okay, now, anyways, I'm hearing running out of parts. I was running out of parts to play. Okay, in my head. So maybe this is what someone is. They're recounting the conversation, and the detail is like so intense. The other person is like, "Hold on, Helga. I don't mean to be like a heckler in your crowd right now or anything, but like, can you hold on a second? I have to give Bruno his money back. One second. Just hold on. Yeah. Frank, you're impossible to deal with. I'm hearing that like this person is having like another conversation. I'm here on another timeline with someone else. They're like, I'm talking to her about this. It's really important. Can you not interrupt me? Like, I need to get through this conversation with her. Let's clear the ground. Let's clear the ground. So then she gets back on the line. She's like, okay, I'm back. And I'm like ready to hear the rest of the story. Okay, so it's like they're talking again. Way back forth. Now, this person's like, so yeah, like, okay. So Freddie, okay, so he was flirting. Okay. No, he wasn't flirting. You don't get it. It's not like he's just flirting again now. He's not like, Men in Black like that. Okay, he's like either here or not. I mean, somebody's like trying to maybe redeem someone's reputation, but like in someone else's eyes. Okay, this is somebody that they're very close with. They have a lot of respect for. It's like your really good friend. You want them to like have your interest in good graces, like sort of feeling like you want your friend to feel good about whatever is happening here with the Death Card Reverse. But this person has like a memory that's like I don't even remember them because they like literally disappeared. Like, and that's not a good thing with the Father Wands. But like, maybe that was the last sort of taste in their mouth. But they're open. They're not. I'm not saying this person's like closed-minded in the least bit to this. They're actually pretty open-minded. Given what had taken place. Like, it's the type of thing where maybe the last you told about this person was, yeah, like he ran off and like he went to Hungary. I'm hearing that as well, to make a new sale. I'm hearing for his business. And he like ripped my band-aid off for me. It was like, I'm gonna be like responsible for this one, but I'm not really here right now anymore. It's like, okay. Okay. And this person was like crying while they're eating a pretzel. That was a feeling here. Hold on. Something maybe particular, very particular. Let's clear it around. I'm hearing Carson. I'm hearing the letter C in the car ride. This person would call them, they were like crying. They were like, again, I'm saying they were like eating a pretzel. and like mint chip ice cream. They were like really, they were not in a good space with that. But this was a few months ago for an interview. I'm here a few years ago. They were like, he called me like from the bathroom stall of the airport terminal. He said he was like gonna like talk to me in maybe like a few years. Oh my god, it was like really like, and this person was like, so hold on, so he's back from his trip. So I need the friggin' whole update here. Is he trying to get back together? Like, what's going on? I'm hearing Clarissa. Now, this came through, I think, in the Taurus reading. I'm hearing Virgo, Aries as well. Okay. Now, I'm back to mention right here that the extended, I'm trying to get this shade thing down. It's kind of freaking difficult. Alongside the Wi-Fi. Oh, but anyways, we're grateful. Now, for a number of you, it's like, yes, saying that there could be for clues. The extended readings for this particular full moon in Aries is now available. I've already done that reading. You can access it via the link in the box below. Wow, is the time 444 right now? Wow. So it's funny. Every time I mention that, it's like 444. So that could be a message for a number of you. I did these readings already yet again, and so feel free to check them out if you do feel guided to them. Now, somebody, I'm hearing baby blue. I just took note of my hoodie right now. That could be, again, a particular message. Now, this person, okay, so somebody's like, I have to understand. And this is like a friend, yeah, they wear a hat with your initials on it. Like, let's just say it in that way. I'm hearing, they played a song at your wedding. I'm hearing that as well. They waited for you at the end of the aisle when like your best friend couldn't make it. I'm hearing that as well. Like, I don't know what that was, but maybe for a number you had a moment and like they saved you from it. Like, this friend is very particular. They really also know you very well. They get you like. They're able to they pick up on your vibe as well. Okay. They're like, are you eating mint chip ice cream right now? I just like had this feeling. Like, I just wanted to call you and like make sure you're all good. Okay, I'm hearing that with the moon up right now. This is not the moon actually, it's a 4 of cups. Now, they eat or they drink something particular while they're listening to you. It's like kind of compulsive almost as well. They like do it a lot. I'm hearing that with the 4 of cups. Like, but they're really, because they're like, yeah, I'm listening. But they're like eating and they're very stimulated maybe as well with the 4 of cups. Like, they get a lot of Gemini, Libra, Leo. I'm hearing that as well. It's clear. Leo. So they pay. This is the type of friend as well who pays attention. Now, this is maybe, spirit guides want to make this also really obvious, right? The 4 of Cups upright. Who this is that might be involved in this connection. That's interesting because it could be like just like, oh, I just told my friend about what happened, but it's not. There could be a soul contract here in that way with the moon and the Temperance card that they are taught themselves. Interesting. So like you could be part of the same soul group here with a similar lesson. Now we have the moon here with the Son of Cups. It's like you make the progress and then I make the progress as well by way of the progress that you make. So it's like very much like we all are working with the same kind of train as well of conversation now for a number of you. I'm hearing the letter F. I'm here on so when are you going to meet with them? On Friday. Wow. Are you filing it? Like, are you gonna report it? Like, are you gonna, one second. Are you gonna be ready? I'm here that as well. Are you, like, ready? Oh, hold on. So it's, like, this last-minute thing. They're like, yeah, we're gonna go on this, like, a freight train. I'm hearing that as well, freight train. Isn't that for, that's for transporting, like, goods, right? Okay, maybe this is, like, someone's career or their work. They're like, hey, I'm going over here for, like, my work. Do you want to, like, come with me? Maybe someone invites someone. This is a father wants a reverse. They invite this person, like, on a vacation or something. Okay, to like some place. I'm hearing the letter L. I'm hearing Lil Bo Peep. I'm hearing that as well. Lil Bo Peep. I'm hearing Johnny Rockets. I'm hearing that as well. I'm hearing J Song. I'm hearing J Song material. Okay, I don't know what that's going to. J Song. Ugh. It's again, I'm hearing like my really old ringtone from like years ago on my like little flip phone. I had a little charm on that phone. Okay, so interesting. Now, for a number of you, I'm hearing Jess as well very strongly here. Son of Cups upright, the Lovers, and the Father of Wands. This person is like, hold on. So you literally haven't talked to this person in 2 years. You maybe like caught their last name just like in passing. And now they want to take you to, I'm hearing Kale Santeria. What does that mean? This was like, let's go to this like this rejuvenation boot camp together or something like that. It's like a let's clear it 1 second. They want to go on like some retreat, yes, with you, like somewhere like very particular. Someone is like, what? I'm hearing Zimbabwe. I'm hearing that with the father wants to reverse. You're gonna go. I'm here also with Zane to. I'm hearing the shady part of the lake. Are you kidding? I'm hearing at this hour of the night. Are you like? So hold on Friday. They're like, are you working with the future tense? I'm hearing or the past. Like, is this something that you feel you did in a past life? Because they know they're aware of this. They're like, so like, you have this maybe like spiral of a connection with the backgammon player. I'm hearing that with the father wants. This is maybe how they have been describing this person to this point, possibly not necessarily, but possibly with the death card reverse. They were maybe still open to the idea. They're like, well, let's see where it goes, right? Now, yeah. So now then it's like, okay, so now he wants to like shave his head. He wants to become like a. I'm hearing a monk for a number of you. I'm hearing Montgomery, Alabama. I don't know what that's linked to again, but for a number of you, I don't know what that's linked to. They're like, yeah, I want to take you on a date. Do you want to go? I'm hearing that with the father one's reverse. Now, this person even like they have their friend listen to the voicemail, but this friend is like, I'm hearing like all over the phone or like through Skype. They are like listening to it. They might not live in the same state as this person. I'm hearing California. I'm hearing Michigan very strongly. I'm hearing also mint chip ice cream is usually involved in the conversation at times. Maybe it's like I call this person it could be like even symbolic. Like I call this person every time it's like that friend where you talk to them, but it's very much serendipitous the way you connect with this friend. It's not just, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then like now we're on break. No, it's not like you really know when you're gonna talk to this person. I'm hearing that as well. It's like kind of, they call you right before you're about to like also bench press like 400, and they give you like this little tote bag, I'm hearing, of support. I'm hearing that as well. But like over the phone, they're like, hey bro, I just want to like tell you like you're gonna do really well like in that one competition. I'm hearing that. You're like, how did you know? Like you literally called me right when I was like about to like head out to the gym. That's like so cool of you, thank you. And it's like, yeah, that's like, but 1 second, let's clear the ground. It's like right before they're about to make some big decisions, like that. It's that kind of friend who calls you right then. I'm hearing the letter S. I'm hearing silent, it's a silent wish, and they pick up on it. 9 of Cups reverse. So it's that type of friend who could read you across, I'm hearing, the world. Again, it's like in that way. Like if you're feeling something, if you want to get a message across to somebody and you don't have your phone on you, it's like this type of person. You could communicate telepathically with this person. They may be able to just, like pinpoint your location. It's like that kind of thing. It can be a spirit guide as well, but I'm saying this is like somebody you're talking to now, but always again, take it as you will. It could be a number of people. I'm hearing the letter T and R. I'm hearing M. Yeah. Okay, now I'm hearing tar. Anyways, so for a number of you, so you're moving in with them. I'm hearing that as well. So hold on, wait, what? So you're gonna make a movie with them as well? Oh wow, okay. So are you gonna like well, they don't want to see this. I'm hearing this again. Like whoever this is, that's like kind of this person is bouncing this idea off of, or like they're getting feedback from. They're really careful. They're not judging this, right? It's not like, well, I think you should do this. No, I'm not getting it like that. They're kind of just wanting to see where the river goes. I'm hearing that. Maybe within this space, maybe for a number of years, it's like the feeling of like, I'm hearing a teacher or a parent who doesn't want to like hold their kid's hand. They want to just kind of let them feel like they're on their own feeling, and they can kind of feel what it's like to feel like they're on their own, and then but they're watching them, or maybe they even have that like little that child leash attached to them kind of thing. Now, sorry for the noise there. Somebody's like having even like they're having something. They're slurping something. It's like a juice or like a milkshake even or something. I don't know. Anyways, they're like, wow. So I'm hearing you're gonna go see a movie. I'm hearing that as well. St. Martin's. I'm hearing that as well. I think it's an island. BVI, right? British Virgin Islands. I'm hearing also British Virgin Airways. I'm hearing that. It's like, yeah, he already got the ticket. Like everything is like sold as well. Like he's literally selling his whole world, and like we're gonna go sailing. I'm hearing that as well. He's in the 7 Cs. I'm hearing that as well. Something seven. Um, okay, now I'm hearing in September. Now, this was so last minute. I'm hearing this for nobody, like, to someone else's, like, perspective. Like, they kind of see this happening, like, very rapidly, okay? Whatever it is. The transformation is happening quickly. Now, the Father of Wands with the Death card in reverse, it's kind of sudden, okay? Like, you know, where did he come from? I'm hearing that, like, again, they want the details, right? They're not saying don't go on the date. I'm hearing that with the Father of Wands. They're in the Four of Cups. They're saying more so, like, so I just want more information, like, where are you guys going to go on the date? Like, what's it going to be like? Like, where are you going to go after? Like, what's the story, like, of the place you're going to? Like, it's something symbolic, maybe even absolutely with the Hermit and the Tempest cards. Like, it's not just, like, a random vacation. It's, like, possibly for an overview. It's, like, very, maybe even spiritual, I'm hearing that, or, like, kind of sentimental, where it's, like, I want to take you even to, like, my homeland. I'm hearing that with the Tempest card and the Hermit. Like, somebody wants someone to even, like, see where they grew up, like meet their friends even. I'm hearing that the Fool. Somebody could also be famous or introducing. Well, there's something social. I'm hearing that as well with the Fool, but it could be something that is like even philosophical. It's like transcendental. Now I'm seeing a pair of glasses here. Now let's clear it. I'm hearing Chani, CHA. Okay. Anyways, I'm hearing, well, chop, like. Get going, get ready. You're gonna be on a flight, right? On Tuesday? Like this person is really supportive. They do still though keep out their third eye. I'm hearing that. On the lookout. Okay, type of thing. They're very, very still, you know, they're very much still aware of this person. Like maybe they keep tabs on them through like social media, through like Instagram. I'm hearing that as well. So let's just kind of like check in with them. They're always there for you. I'm hearing that, or someone is always there for someone here. Is the feeling I'm getting, like they are always thinking about you. I'm hearing that as well, more or less. On, you know, if it is not like consciously, it's subconsciously. Like it's that friend who they're just with you. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's in their back. It's in the back of their mind. Like, and that's why they pick up on your vibe so easily. Okay. You know, it's not like actively like 1-800 thinking of like, you know, I'm hearing Sumi. I'm hearing Sumul. I don't know what that's going to. Sumi. Anyways, it's like I'm hearing swim as well. Anyways, let's clear it around. It's like no, it's like more it's like they go about their life, but then they definitely light up when you have your moments, and they also they feel when you feel you've been let down. I'm hearing that as well. Like they feel they sense you on an energetic level. So, you know, they are very connected as well, maybe to your energetic body. Like actually, you might have some sort of intergalactic connection as well. I'm hearing that with the Five of Cups, where you do have similar. I'm hearing tales to tell, be it past lives here. I'm seeing that with the Five of Cups. You may have actually had a past life with this person where you were, I'm hearing in Constantinople. Somebody here loves to chew, like gum. I'm hearing that, like something chew with their jaw. They gotta keep it moving, stimulate. They have a lot of Gemini now. I'm hearing just the same. Like this person doesn't. You don't need to talk to this person as well. Like they are there. It's like that. Okay, I think you get it right. You can talk. You go years without even talking to them, but you're like still on that wavelength. You know what I mean? Now, Ace of Pentacles reverse, clear in the ground. And not years, but like you know, lifetimes. Okay, you can go lifetimes without so-called talking, and you know that you maybe you have that connection. Mother of Swords reverse. You're also very similar. I'm hearing that. Now, Moon upright. This person is like kind of. Listen, they also know where you are happy. They feel it. Like, you can't trump this person, right? You can't like say, "Oh, I pulled this card." Okay, you can't poker with this person because they know like where they've seen you, maybe even through like a number of experiences. Okay, they've seen you at your highlights. Okay, in your movie reel. I'm hearing those with the Two of Cups like in reverse. Like, and it's not just because they feel you. It's because they actually care, and they remember, they listen. That's so important, like as a trait here when the Two of Cups in reverse. They remember, they retain, they don't just like, hey, how are you? Oh, that's cool, okay, and like move on, that's this type of connection with this person with the Moon upright. And let's clear it. Two of Cups in reverse. It's yeah. Ten of Cups in reverse. They almost feel like they live your life in some kind of way. Like when they feel like you're down, like they embody that emotion as well in some way. Like this is so specific. Now for a number of you, it's so lovely. Halala. I'm assuming you're talking about that. Now the Four of Cups upright. Nine of Cups in reverse. Oh my god, this is like, yeah, no, you even know this person's childhood. You've gone through almost every range of emotion with this person as well. They've seen you like snot, tears, talking incessantly to, as it's seen to some people, like see two people on the phone, they're like giggling, they're laughing, and like people around them are like, can you stop talking, like why are you talking so loud as well, like for so long, like, but they're in their world, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and they could just talk about the same thing over and over. It's like something like that. It's interesting. They feel like they're almost talking to themselves. Interesting. Ten of Pentacles are very similar. Yet again, maybe like kind of I'm hearing Constantinople. Like, let's clear it. I'm hearing they're listening to music together as well. I love that song. Me too. Start at the base of the Seven of Swords. No, let's clear it and ground. I'm hearing Seven Sisters. Yep. Eight of Pentacles in reverse right there. Ten of Pentacles. There's something intergalactic here. You have some kind of really strong connection. I'm hearing letter R as well. I'm hearing really. I'm hearing that star. It's like this is a wondrous sort of, the stories we connect on are just like kind of like magical. Okay, it's not like, so what's the news? Like, how's your life going? It's like everything kind of has, and I don't know what this is going to for everyone, but it is maybe to say that you have a shared harmonic. I'm hearing value as well with this person. The Two of Pentacles are bright. Like you kind of you have a similar signature. I'm hearing that as well. The Empress of Bright. It has to do with maybe your mission. Maybe for a number you feel you have a similar client. This is so specific. I don't know why, but it is in vibration to the Death card. Interesting. In vibration to the Death card. And this is, I'm seeing the person who is making some sort of talk show, and they want you to like come along with them, and it's like, yeah, here you go, and the Father wants to reverse. So for a number of you, I'm hearing yeah, you told this person like all your secrets too. Like they know what you've done, with almost everyone here. With the Empress, like to significant detail and degree. Okay. And it may not be like what you've done, but like what you've also fantasized about. It's like to that level as well. Okay. You really, really have a few late nights here with this person. We'll say it that way. With the Death card reverse and the Empress of Bright and the Two of Pentacles of Bright. Okay. And the Son of Pentacles, like really talking about what the talk means as well. Like philosophical talks. Okay. Now I'm hearing Depeche mode. I'm hearing that. Okay. Father wants reverse. Now I'm hearing Polio. I'm hearing Polly. Two people make a joke and they're both like hysterically laughing. Okay. Now I'm hearing Charmed Intuition Tarot. Wow, interesting. Okay, I don't know what that's linked to. Okay, it's pretty rare that like, tarot readers would come through in a reading, but they do every now and then. Baby water tarots come through, but I'm hearing Charmed. I'm actually like seeing that right here. Okay, with the Empress. It's interesting. Let's clear the ground. So it's something so uncanny. Like the evaluation, like you realize that you both think so much alike. Like the way that your mind works is kind of like weirdly similar. So anyways, now this person, let's get back to the way the frog is leaping. This person's like, okay, anyways, maybe you even get sidetracked. You're talking about this person who's coming back, making a turnaround in some way, in some shape or form. And then it's like, and then it's like, and then it's like, okay, wait, so let's go back to the story. So what's happening with that? What are you gonna do? That's amazing. I'm seeing someone even like, maybe they got proposed to even, and it's just like kind of like out of nowhere, like out of the bag. Like I thought he was like a bad boy. Like what happened to that? Like was he like broad-shouldered last time you saw him? I mean, was he like kind of like, it could be a metaphor, like was he kind of giving off the impression that like he didn't really give or take much in the last scene there? Okay, like what was the vibe? Now let's clear the ground. Now for a number of you, there is something that was kind of scary. I'm hearing that with the Empress, because it comes down to what is potentially sacrificed For a number of you, somebody possibly has gone through a really important healing journey here with the Empress upright. Like, we're talking really, really, really important with the Empress upright. Like, somebody maybe had gone through, I'm seeing Venus energy here, pink everywhere, everywhere. It's like, I reclaimed my power here. I'm hearing that the Empress upright. Now, this is a friend who has seen that journey like unfold from A to Z. That's where we see. I'm hearing true colors. I'm hearing they saw everything. They saw every tear. They saw the color of every tear. They saw how it rolled down this person's cheek. They know what went into this healing journey. And when this, maybe there's someone who comes around the mountain, maybe again, and has something in store. Okay. That is, and I'm feeling like a rod of energy through the crown chakra right there. It's like, I just don't know, like, maybe if it's right. I'm hearing that, like, if it's right for you, like, because they see where this person has gone when they have committed to themselves, right? And when they see that sort of side of this person where they feel empowered and they feel they're in somewhere really at their height, they do fear this person falling from that position of passion for themselves, like for their life, for what they create. They don't want to see that go to waste. I'm hearing like in that way. And it really is something that is a grave concern. I'm hearing it for a number of you in this way, like the Empress upright, she doesn't give like a damn, right? About what is done outside of her character. She doesn't determine her character by way of the actions of others. She is primarily self-motivated, okay, with the Empress, like really into as a generalization, but she's generally really motivated, like with herself. Now, the Death card in reverse, okay, and the Ace of Wands upright, it's kind of, I am hearing malicious, like someone is maybe concerned, they're like, is the intent malicious? Is this something that like, is it missing a key? Like, see someone like wants to sell someone even like a piano. It's like missing a key. Someone's like, I don't know, it's kind of weird, like it's kind of sketchy, but they don't want to come out and say that. You know, they realize that something is kind of exciting here. The story is kind of unfolding in some kind of way because again, it's like a story, it's a long-term story with the Death card reverse. And you know, it could be even the sensation that there's somebody who someone feels is like a really strong connection with. Now, for a number of you, it gets down to it. I'm hearing with the Empress, like it gets to the point where someone it's like it comes down to, let me say it in this way, though I'm just seeing it in this way, like someone has maybe even like created like an altar, okay, like let's say whatever it was, they even transformed in some kind of way, and they like have some kind of structure that they've created or built in this space that is in some way a refraction, I'm hearing, of the light that they now share with the world. Wow, so interesting. It's like now they create some kind of even like world that reflects their healing journey. I'm hearing this as well, but not just the healing journey, but what they have discovered of themselves in that space, within that space. Now it could even be a business. And I'm seeing like somebody's like now maybe even it's kind of like this. Someone's offering them something. It could even be investment, and they're thinking, this is like a part of me, it's like my baby. Not to say that this is not, right? The Death card reverse can resemble something that feels very, very much like important to us, very, very much sentimental, sacred. But with the Empress upright, this is something that's very personal to us, right? The Scorpio energy speaks of where we can create magic, right? Even with others. It rules others as assets. The Empress is number 3, right? Very is an Aries sort of archetype, even Gemini. We can say very much sort of self-directed, assertive energy with the Empress. It's interesting in the Two of Pentacles at the base of that, upright, and the Two of Cups in reverse. We realize we don't really need anyone or anything to create really what we want to create. So it's like I'm seeing someone's at this point where they're like, do I sell everything that I've made? I'm hearing that as well, and join forces with this other team. I'm hearing that as well. So for a number of you, someone's thinking, they're like, is this a good move? And it can be you with you, like this friend we're talking about, someone talks to over the phone. It's like, it can be another aspect of yourself or aspect of your being. Now, for a number of you, you could be gauging it, could be weighing it out, kind of thinking, you know, is it worth it? Is it going to make sense? Is this right? You know, you wanting to make sure that you're not making a decision that is kind of like just impulsive and based upon some kind of feeling of magic. I'm hearing the air with the Death card reverse, we would say in that way. Now, somebody's talking at length, maybe with somebody here about whatever this is. They're really like, you know, even doing calculations. It can even be something like financially or algorithmically. I'm hearing that with the Sun of Pentacles. Let's clear the ground. This is somebody who's very kind of like also maybe they have a degree. I'm hearing that they work for some institute. I'm hearing that's what the Son of Pentacles. They could even be a lawyer. I'm hearing that. Okay, anyways, they work with finances. Now, it gets to that point where they're like, "Are you really gonna move to Bolivia?" I'm hearing that as well. Are you really gonna? You're gonna sell all your stuff and like you're gonna get rid of like your apartment and like your place and like you're gonna move in with Remy. I'm hearing Rumi. I'm hearing that as well. And it can be symbolic of something metaphorical, right? It's like you want to move into maybe a new industry and like you're going to move out of this other industry in order to sort of move and give more attention and time to that other industry. It's kind of bittersweet, maybe even, but what I'm getting mostly is that there's this question of, is it going to complicate the reality that I've created to be simply empowering for me? Like, am I going to start creating this space that also is kind of going to challenge me? And maybe that is part of the allure where it's like, well, maybe it's a good thing, okay? But at the same time, it's like, is it some like someone wants to know what attracts me to this. I want to make sure I'm not just like, that it's not just something kind of, I don't want to say toxic, but like even manipulative, coercive with the Death card reverse. Like someone wants to make sure, like, you really want this. Like it's not that, it's just, you have the Emperor as well here at the base of the Ace of Wands. So there's something like Judgment of Bright, here in the Ace of Wands of Bright, is like kind of really like, ooh, that is a cream puff I want to eat. Delicious, delicious. Yeah. But hold on, maybe I won't buy it yet. Let me take a minute to think on that. I'll just get the tea for now. Okay, like I'm hearing Jessica here so strongly. So it's like, something maybe like that. Now, somebody may be suggesting, well, they want to know. They're really wanting to know what are you thinking of doing on like a practical level, right? Because there is maybe this I'm seeing whatever this is, there's an emotional side to this. There's a sentimental side. It's like, we love each other, we want to move in. And it's like, okay, well, we love each other. And then we have this sort of experience with one another. And then it's like that, though, may bear influence upon someone's professional sort of life and their practical sort of day-to-day reality. It's like, on a realistic level, is this going to make sense for you? Is this going to also represent you? Not like in a way of like, is it going to represent you, but like, is it going to represent you with the Empress? Like everything that you have created to this point, or is it going to, are you going to be making sacrifices? Like, and how many of you maybe resonate with this concept and have a lot of mutable energy in your chart? We are reading on Gemini as a mutable air sign, but like how many of you can feel at times that you fall to that, you fall to that feeling of, well, I love this person and sometimes I just fall in love and I don't really like bounce back into myself. Like I'm just like in love, and when I'm in love, I'm just like in love. Like GPS me and that's where you find me. Okay, like love. And so it's like, and then it's hard to kind of it's like a shape-shifting energy. It's like it's hard to kind of remember what my mantra is a little bit with the Empress, like what my model of myself is, like where I want to, what I want to create. And so for a number of you, maybe at times it's like you came to this point where you were like, you live entirely for yourself, and that is a point of no return. I'm hearing that with the Empress in some kind of way, right? But then where is it where we say, well, with good intention, I want to maybe create something with this person, or want to collaborate with this company, whatever it is. And it could be that you have a startup of some kind, and you want to get like even funding for something, but then it's like, I just don't know if that's going to change the vibe. I'm hearing that as well with the Empress. Like, it's like a family-owned business wanting to take on, venture capital, and it's like, it changes the dynamic maybe with a little bit with the Empress. So it's like, for a number of you, there is maybe that element where someone feels that the passion is really, really important, like I'm hearing to dilute. And again, it may not be that they openly interrupt the process of their passion and say, we're going to stop like doing things we love. Not so much. I'm saying it more so like, I'm on a roll with something here. I'm hearing that with the Empress. It's really important. And then it's like, I feel like I've had grown roots, right? And then it's like, well, I'm going to start kind of tending to another garden. But I have to like still make sure that I'm not going to let this one sort of dwindle away. Now, for a number of you, it's really interesting because I'm seeing that it's like, again, not something that you necessarily, like, you don't want to kind of, and this is maybe something that's just running through your mind. You're like, you're just processing, the alternatives here of what direction you want to move in. And there can be an actual physical move here for a number of you that might be a focus. For a number of you, this is maybe even like related to the concept of birth. For a number of you, may want to like adopt a dog. Yep, Daughter of Pentacles right there in reverse, like some kind of animal or something, or dog or something. Anyways, or even like hire someone. Yep. Anyways, it's like, yeah, I don't want to like, I don't want to like change the dynamic a little bit, you know what I mean, of like what has already been successful as well. So now, yeah, there's like a rhythm here, right, with the Empress upright that's been kind of like brought to a certain level with the Two of Pentacles. I'm even seeing someone like treading water. Now, there is something though, yet again, like it's interesting because I'm seeing like you don't want to like unknowingly, okay, kind of like, it's very interesting. I'm seeing someone planted this tree, and then in that same plot of land, they're like, okay, well, I'm not going to give up on that tree, but like I'm going to start digging another hole to maybe plant another tree or something else, to plant something else there. And then it's like, but there's this fear of, I don't want to like think I'm digging another hole to plant like another plant or a tree and then kind of be digging a grave. So I'm hearing dividing my assets, okay, up. Now comes down to maybe someone's assets actually. They're like, this is my space, this is my independence, this is my, and this is my life. I'm hearing that, like, this is what I've known, all I've known really to this point. I'm hearing that as well, to be like, love for me. And then it's like, I'm about to share that with someone else. How do I do that without having this energy still at the front of the tarmac? I'm hearing that with the Empress, like in such a way where you pack everything that you need to be at your best in that luggage of moving into this experience. And it's like, the question is it possible? Is it possible to be in that connection, that relationship, without sacrificing your story? I mean, your personal needs as well, your personal story. Now, I've heard a number of you with the Hangman in reverse. This is like something kind of complicated because there's a spiritual side to this with the Hangman in reverse. There's like a polarity thing going on here where you're like, well, you know, too much of the same is not good. Maybe it's good to have a challenge. Maybe some of you are feeling that it may actually serve down the line. Like, you're like, I don't want to live in this like no trigger land, okay? Maybe, yeah, I realize that this might be challenging. It may be something that I'm going to need to work at and work with. But yeah, no, but someone's really concerned here. They're really, because look at this. This is like a beautiful, this is a glorious, right, creation with the Empress. Self-sufficient energy, right? We see with the Empress as well. She's glowing in the dark, right? So, what? Oh my goodness. This car was driving like on a roll there. Okay. Yeah, something is really taken off. Remember, you've got something that's really successful, whatever this is. Like, and you know that. I'm here, I believe that I can do everything. So for a number of you, maybe this is something that I'm hearing that I set my mind to, something that you want to even like, it's like even like something kind of interesting, like, I want to do this, but it is maybe a matter of when I introduce it. I'm hearing that as well. The timing. It's maybe if it's something that you create with the Death card in reverse. It could be another source of income with the Devil as well in reverse. So it's something kind of maybe risky a little bit with the Daughter of Cups, but you kind of, you can see where it might suit you. Like, and you can see the potential in this. And that's maybe part of what is so alluring about it. Okay, and it's not necessarily that it is separate from the Empress, like in that way of being like, well, this is interesting and that's risky, but in the way of, well, I don't really want to say that it leaves this in the dust. I'm hearing that as well, or vice versa, but it is a matter of I'm hearing leading up to it. I'm hearing that as well. So it's like something is to work in harmony and in concert with the Empress, and maybe someone's questioning, they're like, is it the right time? In other words, it's not about the timing, but if I were to introduce this now, would it work in concert and in harmony with what I have already created? So it's like somebody doesn't want to rush something as well. They also don't want to disrupt, I'm hearing this again, the flow that they have built up to the point of, okay, now it could be on a level where it's like, you know, nothing is necessarily, okay, like, wow, Ace of Cups upright, World in reverse. Not necessarily. I'm here. I want you to be careful here, though. This is something that Son of Pentacles in reverse, World in reverse, Ace of Cups upright. It is a little bit tricky because it looks like an amazing opportunity. Like, when you look at it, you're like, shiny, new, grand, ballroom, dance, partner. I'm hearing potato sack race. Okay. It's like, I don't want to say, like, you know, it's kind of like, too good to be true, but it's like kind of, there could be a lot more to the story. I'm hearing that as well. That it's like, I thought I was just gonna need to do this, and then it's like, lo and behold, like it ends up being way more intensive. Like maybe you want to you have a certain product, and then you want to launch another product. This is an example, or like let's say you're doing some kind of job, and you want to add another job to that. You're thinking, well, it will be simple. I just got to go there and do that. At the end of the day, it's like, maybe there are more things, like more conditions to that you weren't quite totally aware of. You didn't really think through, and then in the end, you're kind of like, well, maybe, and I won't say in the end, it was all kind of divine as well, but and what is time, but and what is the destination and the journey, but there is, or the perspective of that, but there is this realization that it's about commitment with the Son of Pentacles in reverse. We don't want to cause more trouble than, like, it has to make sense. I'm hearing that as well for a number of you, maybe even financially. Like, it's a great opportunity, but like, if this is a matter of timing, maybe yet again, if you were to start it now, it may disrupt the flow. It's like adding another dancer to a routine of dancers who are already dancing really well with one another. It's like kind of risky. It's like, we add another dancer, they could make Tim feel like he's too tall. Like, shit, 10 of Wands are bright. We should have just, like, left it until Tim did his dance and then danced off the stage, and then we could introduce Olivia. Like, and I'm hearing that, okay, with Son of Swords, looking at the Four of Swords. Now, for a number of you, I'm hearing it's related to the oligarchy. I'm hearing that with the Hierophant. So this might be history. Like, someone feels like there needs to be something. I'm feeling like a fireplace heat on the right side of my body. It's like there's something that needs to be taken out of the room first, and that could be on an energetic level. It could be like even carved with the Hierophant and the Son of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. Like, has to kind of be also revealed. Yeah, something is still not a known factor, and so until that point, it will be very challenging to make what feels to be like the right decision. Because, and I want to also say this, Mercury retrograde is coming up, and we're already in the pre-shadow period. So if you're thinking of making some sort of decision, and it involves something even, I'm hearing psychic or even psychological, anything related to like thinking, processing, data, even analyzing, you might want to wait until Mercury goes direct. I think that will be towards November. I would wait until most planets are going direct, or at least during the post-shadow period in 2021, beginning of 2021, or the tail end of 2020. Okay, so the world is in reverse, Ace of Cups are right, yeah, but it's like, yeah, it's really hard, because you have the Justice card upright as well, and it's like everything is kind of like, it seems like it's already open, the box is already open, everything's kind of like it's there, and like they're ready to do it, and it's so tempting. That's the energy with the Ace of Cups upright, and the World in reverse, and the Hermit at the apex of the two. But there is so much maybe that I don't see yet about this, and I have to be, I'm hearing with my sister, interesting, I'm hearing my sisterhood, I'm hearing that as well. I have to keep that intact. Let's clear it around with the Justice card, right? Yeah. So maybe someone realizes that they need to really remember also why they're doing what they're doing. And, maybe this is something really lucrative, possibly. They're like, well, it's going to be really lucrative. And I think that maybe, we could get some more, I'm hearing fluid moving through the pipes. I'm hearing that with the Three of Swords, Two of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. Like, and it's in a way that I'm not seeing somebody who's like kind of wanting to make money now. No, this is more like, again, because we're looking at the Death card in reverse, okay? This is something that even is Judgment upright, Mirror, and the Death card in reverse. It's like, it's not that the person presenting also is necessarily inherently malicious. I mean, that High Priest coming through right there. Okay, it's not. It could be a test as well from the universe, but what I'm seeing more so is, in the Devils in reverse again, Mirror, and the Death card in reverse, very sort of entrancing, attractive energy with the Devil and the Death card. The magnetism of Scorpio. Okay, the intensity as well of Capricorn, and vice versa. The Devil being that kind of, that attractive energy. And so, where do we work with our passion? I'm hearing that as well, is maybe a question, realizing, well, I don't have to do that right now to feel like I am, kind of addressing my needs. I'm hearing that as well. And like, for no reason, maybe even a purchase that you want to make, and you're like, yeah, I don't like have to buy that right now. Like, I'm still okay. Also driving the minivan. Let's clear it around. Three of Swords are bright. So it's something maybe even you're like, it's not something that I need. I'm hearing that as well, so I can wait on it. I'm hearing that the High Priestess. Now, that will be different for everyone. What is a need? All right, let's get back into the Death card in reverse. Now, what I'm seeing for a number of you is that, wow, 133 minutes right there on the clock. yeah, we're saying it's not like I'm not seeing someone being like, well, I want to make money now, or like I want to like kind of just like suddenly make this shift. It's more so like I realize that this is something that can really, really fit in quite nicely, maybe with what I'm already presenting or offering or doing, or even like I'm hearing buying. So it could be like an upgrade of some kind. I'm hearing that as well, but it could be something where in the beginning, right? You kind of you maybe. I'm hearing like you don't see it coming. Like maybe you sign a contract, right? And everything kind of seems like okay, whatever. But it's something psychological. It's like just having that now, and it can be something that's actually an expense. You're like just the thought of like or a responsibility, like having to take care of that. It kind of interrupts. I'm hearing my sleeping cycle. I'm hearing that as well. Like I go to bed like a little more worried. I'm hearing that, and that interrupts my ability to, that energy, right, is kind of detracted in some way from another activity. Interesting. So it's like, yeah, someone's like, I would rather keep it simple. I don't want to put more on my plate than I really can afford. I'm here with the high percent right now for a number of you. It's clear to ground. Ace of Cups upright leading you out. There is something that I'm hearing leave with the Mother of Wands. I was like, should I take a break? Should I take a pause? Should I like maybe work out a little bit before I like present it? Maybe it's a matter of timing, maybe investment. Yeah, somebody maybe doesn't also like want to they don't want to just make a haphazard move, and that's a good move, I think, during this period to make, because we just have so much here that is like up in the air in terms of retrogrades. Like almost every planet, say Venus right now is like either in post shadow, pre shadow, or the thick of retrograde itself. So, and again, that will be for the most, I think, of 2020. 2021 in the beginning, you'll start to see things start kind of going direct and clearing out of post shadow. But you got the Daughter Wands reverse. Hopefully, we'll talk more about that in Astro Talks to come. And for those of you who are first time viewers, I do that every so often. And sort of talk about astrology that's coming up. And so we'll maybe hopefully talk about that, touch upon that later down the line. As we get closer to some of those transits. Now, with a Strength card in reverse and Three Cups in reverse, this is something that maybe somebody is setting the stage with. They're like, this is definitely something I'm going to do. It's definitely something that I'm hearing it's so obvious as well, maybe even to my audience. Maybe this is something that people are asking for. They're like, when are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? When are you going to present it? When are we going to do this? It's like, and it's something almost inevitable. I'm feeling as well with the Tower in reverse and the Eight of Swords in reverse. It's just something that you don't want to give into. I'm hearing that as well. Like when you do this type of thing, Ace of Swords, the last card out. Oh my, okay. This is an offer for a number of you. It is mirroring the Death card in reverse, so it could be someone who comes through and is like, freaking fancy. So they slap it on your desk. You're looking at that. You're like, that's a good deal. That's a really good deal. I really can see myself here. I can really see myself doing this, really taking this on, really doing this and doing it well. But do I want to do that now? I'm hearing that as well. So I'm hearing it's high time. There could even be like something that someone is selling, and like you're just like, I love the car. I'm hearing that as well. I love the way it rides. I just love this house. I'm hearing as well. Like I really can see myself here. But the weather is fickle, and I know that, and I don't want to make an investment that I feel I can't keep up with. I'm hearing in the keep clear zone, somebody's like, something is like covered or some insurance. I don't know what that's only to. Ace of Swords. Somebody's like, well, they cover that just in case you can't make the payments and da da da. But then they're like, it's really kind of another room and board situation altogether. And I don't know about that. I'm hearing that. I think I would need to reel in. I want to reel in my work a little more, get more comfortable with that, and then present this to Lance maybe a little later down the line. I'm hearing that as well. So for a number of you, it's something of maybe a partnership, maybe it's a promotion, maybe someone wants to represent you, maybe it's like a company, maybe it's like something that, somebody wants to introduce you even to like a number of people, and again, like you're really interested, but you maybe want to, I'm here, rake the leaves a little bit. And that reminds me of the seasons, right? If you think about fall and the leaves turning, this and that. it's like something maybe seasonally, you're looking at the industry and you're thinking, I maybe should just wait just a little bit longer and, you know, keep my tie on where I'm at. I'm hearing that's what the Ace of Swords. So maybe there's something that you don't want to make the move with too soon. You kind of want to just keep it like more low key. I'm hearing that for now. That's not for everyone, you know, but Father Pentacles looking out, it's something that maybe you feel you also fell in love with, and it's like, well, I can like remember that thing and, you know, keep it with me, but you know, and it is maybe commitment for a number of you. I mean, it's like somebody like two people apart and like they give each other like a trinket. Um, I'm hearing translate with the Father of Pentacles. I'm hearing somebody is a DJ. I'm hearing that as well, or they work with something like a disc. They're like, yeah, it's a hard decision. I know. It's like the sales rep or something looking at this person, or even a friend. They're like, or a family member. And I know it's like really hard. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna like move in with them, or are you gonna like keep a place? I'm hearing that as well. It's like something like that with the Father of Pentacles and Ace of Wands. No. Getting back to the character with the Death card reverse, there is something that is so hypnotizing about this. For whatever reason, it's something that just dances in front of you like a butterfly, and you know, you as the caterpillar sort of look at the butterfly and feel like, wow, that could be me. I'm hearing that as well. So maybe it's like it could even, no, I'm not saying in a way of like, I'm not there yet, okay, but then it could be you or like you are a vision that you have, maybe yourself, but or something. But there is like something that you feel you don't need. I'm hearing that again. Like, and that's not me talking, right? Just channeling, but maybe you come to it. You're like, I I I I want this, but I don't need this right now. I'm hearing that with the Devil in reverse. And it's funny because the Devil speaks of, it can, that space of attraction where it's like, I want this, I need it now. Like, it's kind of that addictive energy with the Devil in reverse. And the Death card in reverse as well. It's like, yeah, I'm like right now, like, okay, like, you know, there's no waiting with this, but, you know, you kind of want to see this not through the lens of what feels delicious, like if it can sit in that way, like you want to look at the caloric intake as well. You want to make sure that you're not eating rice with that bowl. I'm hearing there's a lot of maybe whenever you're like, you know, you're just kind of, you've been really strict with something. It's like, you know, I worked really hard to get my physique to this level as well. I'm hearing that for a number of you, or like, and it can be metaphorical, but I don't want to, and it can be energetically, like I don't want to, yeah, I gotta be careful with who I also involve myself with. So thank you so much for tuning in. The light to you. Thank you guys for tuning in, Gemini. I'm here. You're gonna be making a real big decision. Ace of Swords upright, and right up top, this is the last card again with the Two of Swords. So again, we pulled it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Extended reading in the link in the bio box below. Alchemy, you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for sharing this journey.